All right, hello, Drip Goku Black. Hello, hello. Oh man. All right. Let's see. Uh, uh so today is today. That means we are bringing teams to the mix. So let me just close that real quick. And let me close that. And let me just actually bring this out into its own thing because I want to be able to click on you, open your original, and boom. Now we're going to click on this, open the original, and switch it over. And click on this, open the original, switch over. Hello, Ali. Hello, Quack. Hello, Nashwin. Hello, yes. Oh, man. Okay, so we got first three. You mind if I praise the Lord? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. People have been wanting to see things for a while. Oh, my God. All right, so we're going to change up how I usually do this. Hello, Shiroy. How you doing? We're going to change up how okay, I just repeated myself. Basically, the criteria on how I'm going to be rating your teams is going to be a little bit different from how I used to do it. How I used to do it was based on, like, a lot of subjective opinion. And it's still going to be a little bit subjective even today. But, back then, I had not done a top 100 grind. Although I did... One second. Although I did see the technical aspect of a top 100 player. Then, 3rd anniversary came around and I decided, I want to do a top 100 grind. So I did that. And I got to see what can functionally exist in there and what really does not functionally exist in there. And then after that, I stopped doing a top 100 grind because that's not for me. I don't like top 100 grinds. They're a waste of my time. And they're not fun. And I don't need to get paid that way. So I'm not going to do it because I like living. I like having other things to do. I respect those that want to do a top 100 grind, but not for me. No money in that. So no thanks. So with that being said, I realized that you don't really need a top 100 status to know what's going on in the top 100. You just need data, and you need common sense, and just a little bit of theory. So I was like, interesting. Let's do that. And yeah, so we're going to be doing criteria based upon a couple of things. We're going to do it on your units and how relevant they are tier-wise. We are going to go based off of your equips and how well they synergize with your team. So obviously, I am kind of cutting down what I was looking at for this criteria, and I will answer your questions in just a moment. So, with that being said, I'm saying a lot of things. I'll answer questions. Shiroi says, I'll send my team. Ali says, unfortunately, I do not have a meta team to show. I understand that. Zonrix has said, hello, how you doing? And then the Guadaquack says, how many teams are allowed per person? Technically speaking, 1 per person, but if you want to show more, go for it. Today is going to be more of a freestyle because I am rebuilding myself again after being away from streaming for a while because, you know, new house and so many things and just wasn't ready to try to put on more responsibilities than I could. And then Lewis says, hello, Dad. Nice to see you're doing well. Well, thank you. Nice to see you. So, hope you're having a fantastic day. Still working on team, not showing yet. Sounds good. Nashwin. So yeah, so let's begin. I'm going to start off with Veggie Fam. So Veggie Fam is obviously not exactly what I would say top tier, but it can still functionally work. This is supposed to be a blast-based Veggie Fam. So, let's get to it. Alright, so we have our GT equip, which is mainly a strike-based equip. However, it tends to be a staple regardless. Unless you're really focusing on, like, a blast-focused team primarily, in which case you would still not run this. Let's see, we got our blasts. Blast, okay, health buffer. Yep. Okay. And then, okay. So I think the first thing that I would do is when I'm just rating the stars and the team itself, this is probably the most like, yeah, this is a very good blast focused Veggie fam team. It runs no green because, well, there's no need for it. There is no green Vegeta that's actually good enough to be blast focused enough to actually not hold this team back. Because realistically, the big unit that's holding this entire team back is technically purple Vegeta, future Vegeta. He has pretty much slipped. Even though his kit is fantastic, he has pretty much slipped from the top 100. However, he does still see play in the top 1K. It's just that he himself no longer represents what Future is, and Future was his last, like, literal, like, where his hand was kind of reaching. He was kind of, like, holding on the edge of a cliff, and he's just like, I'm relevant in Future, and then Strike Future came around and was like, no! And then just, like, smacked him. Smacked them away. Smacked them away. Now, with that being said, one thing that this team could have done is if this were a strike-based team, obviously, there would be a couple of changes that I would make. Trunks would disappear. This Vegeta would be Ape Vegeta, but because this is blast-based, this Vegeta is definitely the better Bape Vegeta, the better Ape Vegeta, the better Vegeta to be running. In the situation that you want to run Ape Vegeta in a blast-focused team, you can, but the problem with doing that is that you're not maximizing the amount of damage potential. But considering the fact that these equips aren't set to maximize or minimize damage potential based upon the typing of attack, you could also argue that instead of this Zenkai, you could just run Ape Vegeta. However, I do like the concept of the focus. It's just the equips don't reflect it. So, I would definitely say specifically that if you're running Ape Vegeta, maybe make it more strike focused. Ape Vegeta is very, very strong in that criteria, in that area. He's also strong in the blast areas if you want to make him there. But I would definitely say in the blast area, it's probably best to just keep it to Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. So, yeah. Overall, in terms of just the units themselves and the choices for the blast-based focus, I will give it a solid 9 out of 10. There's not really much to say there. All of the best blast-focused units in Veggie Fam is there. The only problem is where I'm docking a point is in the equips, because if you are going to set up a team like this to be so blast-focused, then in that case, equips like this really have no place in his toolkit. I know that would remove defense. So the thing about that is if you are going to be very blast focused, you're going to want to do a lot of pure buffs. So right now, I'm not seeing too many. So what I would do is I would really run as many pure buffs in this because of the focus. However, that would also mean removing specifically like units like this and really just focusing on 3 colors. And then the rest is just buffers for the team. Alternatively, if you want the full color wheel and you want to keep things average, you can. But then you are going to essentially put problems in your team when it comes to dealing maximized amount of damage when you're up against a team that is literally built on defense or literally built on a specific type of offense/defense. So yeah, I would definitely say 9 out of 10 for the units chosen for the team for PvP specifically, but equips could be better optimized. So that's what I would definitely say. It would be nice to know the focus of these equips, because I can only read so much into this. Okay, Vegeta health. Oh, Vegeta health. Okay. How much health do you even got here? You got health from here. Health restoration. Health restoration, health, defense. Not a lot of health for Veggie health, but it's okay. 9 out of 10, I'm docking a point because the equips could be a little bit more specialized. Alright, let's take a look at this. We got God Key. Okay, so this looks like a strike-focused Godkey team. Well, at least it looks like it. I could be wrong. Vados is there because Vados is just their best green in a strike-focused team. I mean, I don't know what else to say for that specifically. That it's just true. Zamasu at Zenkai 3. Hopefully that gets pushed up, but I won't really be so technical on that. Just because it's a free Zenkai, so you should be able to get it to Zenkai 7 anyways. Gogeta Blue at 3. Vegito Blue at 3. And then Zenkai, but this looks like a Zenkai buffer. So the thing about Zamasu is technically you can make him strike-based. That's the nice thing about Zamasu. Zamasu's kit allows for strike to be relevant, but only at Zenkai 6, realistically. At Zenkai 3, he can also be relevant, but he does need about, like, 30 timer counts to actually become relevant in that area. And also to get hit 4 times. So, what I would definitely say about that specifically is Zamasu being a strike-focused unit is very doable. It's just that it's a little bit questionable if you could just run, let's say, LF Rose. However, this is definitely probably Godkey's second best pick as it is. So, and they're probably their primary first pick if it's blast focused. So, the fact of the matter is, technically speaking, this team can be very blast focused, aka 1, 2, 3, or it can be very strike focused, aka 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is a mixed bag. It means that we have to look at the equips to really decide what we actually feel about this entire team. So, let me just look through it. We have this, which unfortunately I can't tell what the last slot is. It could be blast, it could be strike, it could also be defense. I don't know. But I do like the fact that these equips are awakened. That's nice. Even if they're only S, that's still very solid, especially for an awakened equip. Means that work was put into these, and I appreciate that. Awakened, cool. Okay, defense, primarily just defense. Okay. Okay. So there's a strike emphasis on her, which is why it leads me to believe that we are considering strike focused, but there's also some blast. So it also leads me to believe that this is the mixed bag of the team, which is fine considering she's just an RR farmer. Defense, a little bit of health extra restore while also having some offense on both ends. Okay. He also looks like a little bit of a mixed bag, but with a primary focus on defense, which is fine. That's totally acceptable for PvP. And yeah, this team, I'm probably going to only give like a 7 out of 10. I think one of the biggest issues that I find with this is it's a little, like, too mixed. I'm not exactly a fan of going both strike and blast based in a team in PvP. It can distract and also reduce how much damage you're actually inflicting. Another thing is, I question how much is Vegito Blue actually being used by this player. So, like, Vegito Blue is a very strong God Key unit. He's a very strong unit in general. He's a high S tier for a reason. I mean, the top 100 do use him a lot. But I gotta wonder how often is Vegito Blue actually being brought into a match. Because if he's not being brought into a match, his relevancy on this party is completely irrelevant. And I would like to think that this is not a unit that is normally used. I would like to think that the units that I generally see are 1, 2, 3, and maybe 4. Which, fine. Fine. If you don't have a better yellow, fine. But it also makes me question why not maybe consider Champa in that case. Or, just someone else. Well, that's the thing, Lewis, right? Because like I've seen a 3-star Vados in the top 100, so I've seen everything. Realistically, as long as your Vados isn't really getting hit, or is only getting hit once or twice, even at low stars, she'll live. As long as the attack itself isn't an ult or a blue card. So, there are ways to mitigate like how much damage you take, especially with equips. It's just not this team. So yeah, I can't give it more than 7 out of 10. It's a solid team. It's definitely something that you would see in the top 100. It's definitely something you'd see in the top 1K. It's definitely something you would see in the top 10,000. It's just the way it's built is a little confusing to me because it feels like the equips on the Goku Blue are more optimized for battle than the equips on Vegito Blue, and I feel like that would actually play into not playing Vegito Blue at fecking all. And I mean, it kind of goes to show because I'm looking at the equips, and one of the least built out of the 5 units that can be played is Vegito Blue. I mean, I'm not even gonna look at health Godku. There's no point. He's the red Godku is a health buffer, and that's it. And eventually a crit buffer if you have that. Have him limit broken enough. Yeah, no. So 7 out of 10, Vegito Blue doesn't look like it's being used, and if it's not being used, there's no point it being on the team. So you might as well put another like health buffer, a defense buffer, a attack buffer, just anything. But this ain't it. Like Vegito Blue being there just for the sake of being there without actually being used is not. It's not worth it. Anyways, let's move on. All right, we've got Saiyan Saga. And we have Nappa leading the charge. Specifically, wait, which one is this? 1 second, guys. No, I don't want Dokkan. Ew, no. I mean, I like Dokkan, but no. Red. Thank you. Let's find the minions. Which minion is this? Is it Jinkoman or Teneman? Let's take a look at which one is which so I know which one's the better one. Because I don't remember, but I remember one of them is good, and the other one is trash. So I gotta figure out which one it is, like right now. Okay. Okay, so this is Jinkoman and Teneman. Oh, this is the one that they're using. They're running Teneman. Okay, so we have draw speed. That's good. Destroys own. Let's see. Blast increase. Cool. Applies falling effects. Restore key by 30. Upon entering the battle. Reduces damage. Increases card art. Draw speed, which cannot be stacked, but it's forever. So that's pretty cool. Only a certain amount of damage for a certain amount of time. Pride. Okay. So the number of time it counts that while on the board. 30. Draw a blast card next. 40. So it's very blast focus. Okay. And then Jinkoman, what do you do? Strike team up. Okay, number of battle members, so 70 by itself. By itself. 80 with 1, 2, 90, and 30. So this is a very team-based player, while also drawing a strike arts cards next 3 times when it enters the battlefield. That's pretty good, so you can essentially continue combos. 30, and then time. Yeah, okay. I would like to think that Tenemon, at least on paper, is better, but I'll be honest with you guys, I have no idea which one's actually better, because, I mean, they're both good in their particular situations. Like, this is probably one of your better last man standing units I've ever seen for what I've seen in their kits, while this is, like, a fantastic team player that can essentially wipe people out if you can keep on playing with it. So, I don't know. All right, take care, Pigeon. Take care, okay? I love you, dude. I love you. Yeah, so if anyone wants to tell me what you guys think is better, Tenemon versus Jinkomon, you let me know. But I ain't gonna decide how good Jinkomon or Tenemon are gonna be are without actually playing. I think one thing that I would definitely say specifically is that when I was testing out one of them, I only tested out Jinkomon. I did not test out Tenemon. So I don't actually know realistically which one's actually better. I don't know which one is realistically better, but I found that when I was playing them, specifically a full minions team with no one but minions, I was playing Jinkomon only and not Tenemon. So I don't know. You let me know in the comments below. I ain't gonna decide how good he is or relevant he is, because let's actually just discuss the lack that they're not 14 stars. All right. So I don't know who you are in my rate my team section. I don't know what you want from me, but it ain't good, and I'll tell you why, because you are holding me for ransom. I see these 12-star little shets. The only one 14-starred is the OG Cyberman. Who are you? Why do you do this to me, and why are you hurting me? And Nick says, "Hey Phil, can I have a link to your Discord again?" It's in the description of my of this stream, buddy. You should just be able to click on the link in the description. Okay, some people think that Jinkomon is better. Nick, if you can't find it even in the description, Emily, could you send the link in the chat? Thank you. But anyways, let's talk about this team. Cause we might as well. All right, so here's what I noticed immediately. Equips were just hazardly thrown onto this team. I feel like there wasn't much work put into this when it was just kind of thrown in. It was just like, let me just find equips that make my ability bonus rise. So, throw. And it's notable because, I mean, there are some good equips here, like this one. This is a very good equip, just it's not boosted at all because it's a pain in the butt to boost this one. I know, I've tried. This is another good equip. It's not as big of a pain of a button to boost, but, you know, it is a pain somewhat. So good equips right here. This is a very good equip, which is a pain in the butt to boost as well. I should know. And, yeah, that's where it slowly ends. This is a good equip. This is a good equip. But here's the problem. What the feck is this equip doing here? This equip right here, this Goku, does anyone remember what the feck that one does? Because I can tell you right now. This equip, does anyone remember what it does and why it's wrong to place it on this team? Does anyone know? Because I've harped on this back in the day, and I'll still harp on it now. Still harp on it now. Okay? I love how you guys are like all arguing like if EXs are relevant or not in the meta, and I'm just like here just complaining about a fecking stupid equip. All right. Should have just listened to it. It said equipments, and I will take it. Yes. I don't want to look for this, so just give it to me direct. Thank you. All right, let's look and find this fecking equip. So that way you guys can see exactly why I hate it so much. All right, so this is what it says. It says the base strike defense is 8 to 20%. Cool, that's fine. The base blast attack is 6 to 18%. Okay, that's fine. See, this base blast attack is complete, or base blast defense. Honestly, with this type of equip, you probably want the base blast defense, especially for Nappa. Nappa sucks with his blast, so you might as well just ignore that. And then it says for slot 3, 5 to 12.15% to strike attack. So pure, when rarity, extreme, and Saiyan tag is a battle member. Now, my problem with this specifically, my problem with this specifically is that this person has brought in some extremes and a Saiyan. However, this isn't what that means at all. At all. So you don't get to buff your Nappa based upon I'm smart. You get to buff your Nappa if you've actually listened to the warning of the thing. Extreme and Tag Saiyan is a battle member is referring to one member that is both on your team. Meaning, this equip and its strike attack buff does not apply to this Nappa. This has been a wasted slot. You do not get a buff because extreme, but not Saiyan. Saiyan, but not extreme. And last time I checked, these little weeds are not Saiyans. So essentially, I see some base strike with some strike that's not even awakened. I'm not even sure if it can be run awakened, so I won't really comment on that. And then we have this fecking equip that doesn't even work. So I like, and this is definitely your big man. If I'm gonna bring in someone with my weeds, it's gonna be Nappa. Nappa is the big daddy of weeds. So yeah, here we are in a situation where I don't even know what to say. I think I'm just gonna here. I like the principle of this idea. I think it's a lot of fun, but it needs a lot of reworking. First, I would like the equips to be more specialized. So what I mean by that is this person actually does the time to look at the kit, see where they're strongest at, and then actually find equips that tailor to these units better. Like this B equip, come on. It could be so much better. It does, like, that B equip is good. Don't get me wrong, this is a good equip, but this is not gonna, this ain't it. Not like this. This is a very good equip, but not like this. Right? Equips like these are actually really good too. Same with this one, even that one. But my question is, if you're gonna run Cyberman, why didn't you just get 6 of this? So yeah, I'm not even gonna rate it. I don't think I can. What I'm gonna say is where you can improve. The team itself is fine. I'm sad that this person didn't get them to 14 stars though. And then fix up your equips. Get rid of this, right? Fix these up. I'm not going to really talk about this equip. You can run it if you want. Realistically, it's not too big of a deal. Anything that has an EX, like, big boost, use it, obviously. I wish that you had grabbed, like, 6 of this, because you really want to just apply this on every single one of them, pretty much. And then, yeah, we would be talking. I would be very happy. So we're gonna leave it at that. I think that's how we're gonna leave it. So yeah, there you go. So yeah, I'm gonna leave this this equipment section up because I feel like I'm gonna need to use it again. So we're gonna do that. I am gonna close the characters though. And yeah, let's move on. All right, let's open. And let's open. And we'll open one more. All right. We got Saiyans. It's like different variations of Saiyans. Feck. All right. Okay. All right. Lucario says, thank you, will do. Got you. All right, let's take a look at this Saiyans team. We're going to go through them all in specificness. Wait a second. What the feck? Wait a second. But, wait. What? What is this voodoo magic? He went from, like, 3 to 7. And an awakened to quit. Okay, we're just going to ignore this one. Thank you. Bye-bye. And we're going to pretend like only these two teams exist. Because, no. Nope. Nope. Not today. Not today. All right, let's take a look. Where is Angel Vegeta? Oh, this is a full Goku team. Okay. I see you. I see you. Okay, let's discuss this. So this is a mixed bag. It's a Strike Blast focused team, so it's a mix. It's a full Goku team, so I get the concept. We have Revival, which honestly I wouldn't run. Not in a mixed bag like this. Honestly, if you're gonna have your leader technically be a Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and you're gonna also have units that buff Blast for their red units and Sunfam, then in that case, you really want to potentially focus on units that can actually deal Blast focus damage. And this ain't it, because I find that this unit specifically is very tailored to Strike, even if this is technically a Blast focus / defense equip. Everything else cries out to me as special move, so this is Blast kind of-ish, but not fully, and health. This is Strike with a lot of defense. So... Huh. And then this is a very good equip once he's dead, but before that, his health restoration thing doesn't even apply. This is a very good health restoration type equip, which I have subsequently removed from him specifically and put on Angel Vegeta, but, you know, it is what it is. Angel Vegeta allows for this health to be applied to everyone a lot better. I appreciate that, whereas, I mean, it's good on him, but it could be better placed everywhere else. And then this is a basic equip. It's fine. It's like an S tier equip. Okay. I probably would only give this really like 6 out of 10. It's too much of a mixed bag. I've also tried a team like this in PvP. I can tell you it does not go well. The problem with it is Kakarot Goku is garbage. Even with a Zenkai, it's actually just not good. He's not good. They should have done so much more if they wanted to make him relevant. He is just bad. This Ultra Goku is still solid. I don't like that this equip is here. This equip needs to go. These two equips can stay, because I get the focus of the team. So this equip goes. I think I'm giving this a 6, realistically only. Like God Key, the way I saw it in the previous entry, would clap this. Like, if I were to take two people with the same skill level and have them do a bout, God Key would clap this. So, yeah, no. This is getting 6. It's a solid start, but I don't like it. I like the next team better. So let's look at the next team. Yeah, see, this is a way better team. Alrighty. Could it be a little bit better in terms of equips? Yeah, sure. But in terms of what it is, already better start, better solidly built. Okay, so let's talk about it. Okay. So this looks like it's Strike. Well, nope, it's a mixed bag. Never mind. Never fecking mind. It's a mixed bag of mixedness. Fine. Let's not do something specifically tailored. Okay. That's fine. For PvP, it's fine to be... It's a mixed bag. It's just... It's not my favorite. Alright, so... This Vegeta does not need this equip. Remove this equip, and give him that previous equip that we talked about. Where is it? This equip. Give it to him. Give him the health restoration buff up. Why you know to give him that? Why you know give him that? Why you say I want to beat out hybrids? You don't need to. Hybrids are very powerful, but it doesn't matter if you have a hybrid-based buff enabler. You're going to still lose, most likely. Unless you're playing better than the opponent. Like, I played specifically against a purple red team, and I can tell you they're a pain in the butt. The only reason why I beat them the way I beat them was because I had to literally outplay the player. Because the team itself was kicking my butt. Because Goten's a piece of shit, and if I didn't remove Goten, he would essentially enable constant switching. And after enabling that, it was fine. So this equip needs to go for the other equip. Having defense is fine. Health buffer, nice. This Goku is fine because these two do optimize blast or blue cards, better to say. This equip could be replaced. It could also stay. It really doesn't matter. It's just because its third slot is almost irrelevant unless you're up against an LOE team or units that have LOE on it. This equip could at least be put to S. This could be re-rolled for a better... Oh, thank you. A better equip, because honestly, you want to maximize how well this equip does, and being low A is not necessarily the way I would like it to be done. And then... I get it. Awaken equip sucks, so fair enough. Overall, the thing I like about Saiyans, specifically, is giving them a focus. If they are if you're playing PvP with Saiyans, having a focus for your team is nice. It's not always possible, granted, but it's always nice to give them a focus. So in this situation, it looks very blast heavy. So I do appreciate these two equips being here, but honestly, he's still the weak link. Same with this guy. So when I look at this team, when I look at like what it does, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 for units chosen. Another thing is that you could potentially remove Ultra Coup and put in Ape Vegeta, but if you don't have Ape Vegeta, that's fine. He's still a solid like replacement. Another person you could put instead of Ape Vegeta or him is the Super Saiyan 4 Red Vegeta, who synergizes perfectly with this GT Goku and fixes up a lot of his problems if played on this team like he is. So actually, realistically, Red Vegeta, the Super Saiyan 4 Zenkai 7, would be actually the optimal pick for this team because of the purple unit chosen here. However, I'm aware that the Red Vegeta, as a result, would not boost anyone but himself and Super Saiyan 4 Goku and this Vegeta. So it's really up to the player. I mean, I get the idea of boosting all Saiyans. I understand that. It's just that if you fix up him, you have a more relevant purple. So yeah. And then Red Super Gogeta, it would also be a solid pick, but less solid because there's no synergy anywhere. And it's really just his utility and kit that you would be using. So yeah, personally, I would either pick Ape Vegeta or the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, personally speaking, if running a team like this, the way it's made, equip-wise. But this is fine too. I would say just work on this equip, or re-roll to get a gold slot in the first one. And yeah. Overall, not a bad team. Not bad. Good job. Wait, what the heck? Oh, no, so I did see that. Okay, cool. Okay, let's open this one. Open this one. Open this one. I love when people give me excuses like I'm in the middle of grinding. I don't care if you're in the middle of grinding equips. I'm gonna rate it based upon what I see. All right, let's take a look. We have Regen. So it's a strike-focused Regen. Well, the idea is there, but I'm not entirely sure anymore because I'm seeing a lot of blast. Okay. All right, so here's my issues. Here are my issues with this team. Plat equips are great. Don't get me wrong. But if you are going to put a plat equip on a particular unit, please, please, please consider the fact that this is already enough base as it is for his blast. You don't need extra base blast. At that point, it becomes irrelevant and overdone. I mean, that's a solid equip. But I wish this was strike-focused right here. I mean, you have, for the most part, a strike-focused regen team. Especially if you're picking DKP as your yellow unit choice. Even if it's because you don't have a better unit choice. I don't care. If you have yellow DKP, capitalize on the fact that you're playing strike regen. It's the better of the two. It's the better of the two currently in the meta. And there's no argument. The only unit that is blast focused in a strike focused regen team, if applicable, is Kid Buu, the blue Kid Buu, because his strike is actually decent and his blast is outstanding even in a strike focused team. He's the only unit that can get away with that currently. So anyone else, it's just not okay. Oh, Emily, is it okay if you could make me tea or no? That is a no. All right. So DKP, I love you. DKP is being hindered right now, and I don't like it. All right, let's talk about Super Janemba. Super Janemba is buffing Cell. Fair. But I wonder, is it necessary? It doesn't feel very necessary. And his Z ability is barely buffing the right stats for these units as is. Another thing, where's Majin Buu good? Where's Majin Buu good? Like, I don't even really care about this realistically, the Super Janemba. Like, you could technically run Super Janemba as a bench buffer, as whatever. I don't care. It's not ideal, but I don't care. It doesn't hurt the team as badly as where the feck is Majin Buu good. If this is a strike-focused team, which last time I checked, strike, mixed bag. But she would actually be more relevant in strike anyways than blast. In blast, if you have to go a substitute, go Piccolo. Don't go her at all. So when I look at it, 1, 2, 3, 4 units are strike, and yet I'm seeing a blast heavy based equip set, and that boggles my mind because last time I checked, this is a blast based equip that 21 is using right here. That's definitely blast. That's definitely blast. This one is strike with a lot of defense. These two are blast. I mean, if you want to play blast regen, I mean, why if you want to play blast based regen, then why are you picking strike based units? Now, I don't know the state of this person's account, so I can't really speak on behalf of the unit specifically, but you can change and tailor your equips to represent the units here. So, to this person, if we were to just look at your units alone, what could I give you? So you're blue. For a strike-based regen, ignoring equips, solid. It's a B tier unit, but a B tier unit that can be used even in a higher gameplay. I know this because she did show up in the top 100. Only once, but once is enough to solidify yourself, especially if you're on a team that only gets a representation of like 6 or 7 teams max. So this is fine, actually. Half-corrupted Zamasu, aka Teletubby Man. A phenomenal pick for a red regen unit, especially if you're strike-focused. He's a phenomenal pick. There are other picks that you could do, like the free Ultra Omega, but he is a solid pick. Him as a bench buffer, like for Zenkai boosts, is totally acceptable for Cell. Realistically, Cell doesn't need it, but if you want it, you can have it. Sure, that's totally fine. I don't mind. DKP is the best yellow regen unit currently in the game. I know there's going to be a lot of transforming Piccolo stands that would say, no, 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 TF is better. And I'm going to be like, well, tell that to Blast Regen, who barely has a showing in the top 100, whereas the majority are strike-based because, well, strike is stronger right now. Manipulating RR is stronger in a ladder-focused based game. And then you have Cell. Cell at 2 stars is playable. Cell at 3 stars is more playable. Cell at 6 stars is ideal. But yes, have I seen 2-star cells in the top 100? Yes. So do I have a problem with the unit itself? No. But the equips, I definitely have a problem with, because the equips specifically are not tailoring to the type of team he is. And I mean, that's specific to all of these units. They're not being tailored to the unit itself. The only one that's getting closest to actually tailoring itself to the unit necessary is Zamasu. But Zamasu's not going to carry you alone. He can. But you gotta be a god at that point, all the time, and not everyone can do that. So I'm giving this a 6.5 out of 10. The units are there. The units are there. The equips are holding it back. So you gotta fix up the equips to have it be a little bit more specialized. Husbands, let's go, future. All right, so this looks like this looks like just like your generic blast slash, yeah, it's mainly a blast. It's a mixed bag. No, it's more of a mixed bag. It has a blast heavy focus, but it's mainly a mix. Okay, let's take a look at what we got here. 14-star Goku Black, 14-star Zamasu, 6-star half corrupted Teletubby. That doesn't matter stars. She's a health buffer, so I get it. 13-star Blue Trunks, and then a 3-star Yellow Goham. A blast focus, cool, with some strike. Defensive focus with some offensive prowess here. Got it. Mainly offensive with some extra offense to his ult. Absolutely phenomenal. Blast focus, yeah. And then I can't tell if this is regen, like against regen, or just specifically just tailored to his defenses. I don't know, because I don't know specifically what were the roles. Overall, this looks like it's, even though there is some strike units, it looks very blast heavy, so I do appreciate the focus. Yeah. Overall, I think I would give this like 8.5 out of 10 for what it is. It's a solid blast slash mixed bag future team. I think one of the biggest issues that I currently have with this team is really just realistically the fact that there is a mixed bag. I think the only one that can get away with being a mixed unit is half corrupted Zamasu, because his damage output is just insane. Whereas with Legends Limited Yellow Goham, he feels a little bit more strike oriented than Blast. I know a lot of like hybrid teams used to do a lot of red, purple, yellow, but that's not exactly what I would say is optimal. It's a annoying mixed bag of defense, but it's not optimal. That's why purple, red is the current dominant king of hybrids. It's because that's the best way to play, at least ladder-wise. It's the most dominant showing for a reason. So one thing we could do is, I would definitely tell this user, I think this is Pigeon, I would definitely tell this user to try Yellow Goku Black, like the new one, just to see what he's like in this team. I'm not saying that he is better than Gohan. Feck, I can't even speak today. I'm saying Gohan. But yeah, try Yellow Goku Black. See how he performs with this team. See if if you find yourself bringing in your yellow more than this unit. Although this unit's yellow, like his defensive nature definitely helps this team just in general. along with Zamasu, because Zamasu's the tank here for sure. So, like, I'm looking at this and I would like to know, does Yellow Rose, fix up this team or not? Especially when you have a low star, whatchamacallit, Yellow Gohan. I'd like to know this. That would be interesting. So, with that being said, overall, 8.5 out of 10. I mean, Monkey, here's the thing. Yellow Gohan only struggles at low stars if you haven't properly set up your team. Yellow Gohan, on average in the top 100, was guys at about 5 stars on average, which means that there were some players playing a lower star Gohan. I think the lowest I saw on top 100 was a 3-star Yellow Gohan. So, it means to me that Yellow Gohan can be played at low stars, but you need to optimize his equips. And to optimize his equips, you need to play a min-max team, and to play a min-max team is very, very, it can be a double-edged sword. It depends on what you're going for. If you're looking for like min-max is essentially the idea of maxing out all of a specific stat in order to, you sacrifice a one stat for another stat, but that one stat that you do very well in can potentially two-shot a unit because of how well it's been set up. So when I look at this team, no min-max has been established, which is fine, especially for ladder. You don't need to do min-max because you're running RR anyways. If you have RR, you can mitigate a lot of your damage problems. So, yeah, the unit itself isn't really the problem, but I would like to know, based upon how the equips are set up, would Rose be better here than this Yellow Gohan? So, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. It's too hard to say. Anyone that says that it isn't is just not right. It's too hard to say, because Yellow Rose could definitely do well. Is it better? I don't know. We'd have to test that. That's the thing. All right, this is Fusions. Okay. All right. I guess let's talk about it. I feel like whoever this person is either new to the game, has just returned after a long hiatus. It must be they've returned after a long hiatus. I mean, I'm seeing a 14-star Red Vegito. And a 4-star VB. Okay, let's talk about unit choices. So Kefla as a unit choice is actually okay. She is tierable, which is nice. It means that if she's on the tier list, it means that, there is actually an argument for running her as a unit. So that is at least a start here. This yellow Vegito, I know he can still be used, but he's not tierable for a reason. Where is Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta? Like, bruh. Where be Super Saiyan Gogeta? Also, why are you running this equip? I think Rate My Team is literally a comedic show, like, by nature. Not because of me, because of you guys. Like, you guys make me want to rip out my hair sometimes when I see this equip. Where is your Extreme Saiyan? Where? Let's go back here and let's click on this again. Because I think we need to go through it again. I don't care how many times we gotta do it. I'm gonna do it just because lol. Where be your EX, though? Where be your EX? Another thing that I would definitely probably make a change in this team is specifically this red Vegito. Honestly, if you have EX Gogeta even at 3 stars, like EX Gogeta, he's a better bench for the team. Because even though, yes, there's a lot of Vegito here, realistically, the only 2 Vegitos I want to see ever on the battlefield are Vegito Blue or this purple Vegito. That's it. Just these 2 Vegitos, no one else. So at that point, EX Gogeta is a way better unit because it buffs everyone evenly and also does not ignore these 2 units, which, I mean, arguably, this unit's your best unit on your team. So, yeah, maybe consider that. So that way, when you bring him in, he's not feeling like, wow, where are my buffs? Because these can only take him so far. Solid equip choices, have nothing against this. Solid equip choices here, have nothing against this. I feel like you could have applied better equips here. I feel like they were here because you don't like equips. This is a bad equip. This is not a good enough unit. I would replace this. He's definitely just a bench unit because I mean they threw in a bronze equip. So, yeah. And then the focus on killing hybrids while also applying health and defense onto this unit is fine, especially with only one base equip to really deal damage. But I also gotta wonder, are you really gonna focus so much on hybrids to the point where you're gonna ignore all the other teams that you see in the meta, which are not hybrids? Hybrids are not showing enough of are not strong enough to anymore be specifically tailored against hybrids. We got into a point where, yes, fighting a hybrid team still sucks, but you're going to see more teams than just hybrids. So, yeah. Yeah, personally speaking, when they can, Majub, Gogeta Blue, those are your options for yellow. For purple, you can either keep him or run Zamasu. I really don't care which one you do. They both have an argument on a fusion-based team. This red, EX Gogeta instead. Blue Vegito is totally fine. You can either do red Kefla or you can do red Super Gogeta. I mean, personally, it's up to the player. Personally, I think that red Super Gogeta is better than red Kefla, but red Kefla does have her merits and definitely does have her pros over Super Gogeta at times. But just for overall base and overall for the solidity of the team, red Super Gogeta is the better pick. There is no argument about that. He has better defenses, better overall offense, more utility in terms of kit, whereas red Kefla can be played very trickily. That's not even a word, is it? But it doesn't matter. Point is, she can be tricky at times, and she does have the ability to ignore cover changes at times, so that is nice. And she has a solid ult. But with that being said, I mean, like, that's so minimal when you have to compare it to what red Super Gogeta can do. So there you go. Don't have either yellow units. It's been a while since I played. Don't blame me. Yeah, that's what I figured. That's what I figured, though. Like, you look like someone that's pretty much just returned. It feels like you've just returned because Gogeta hype. So I get it. I get it. Yeah. So overall, get rid of this equip. If you're gonna run this yellow Vegito, fine, but get rid of the equip, please. The equip shouldn't be here, Zonrix, at all. And yeah, I would definitely consider figuring out what's the stat that you want to boost. And it looks like you want to be a strike-based team based upon the team that you got. I mean, yes, she's Blast, but you might as well make her a little bit strikey. And yeah, you'd be better off that way. Overall, for Fusion specifically, and the way that it's built, I can only give this a 6 out of 10. It's a team that you can definitely play with. It just has its issues, many issues that I pointed out. So yeah. Alrighty. Opening. 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 Alright, let's take a look at the first one. Ani-chan! So we got Future. Alright, what do we have here? What? Oh, no blue unit. Okay, I have to figure out why. Let's take a look at it real fast. Real fast. All right. Strike, strike. Mixed bag. Strike. He can be both. Okay. Let's see. What do we got here? What are the equips? This is some base damage while also being mainly defense and health. This is just average, followed by some defense and some okay. Defense, defense. Okay, that's a lot of defense. I feel like this team is really like I want to be defense plus health, and I can get behind it. I can get behind this, but now you just need to boost your stars. Now you just need to boost your stars. Yeah. And then this one confuses me a little bit because you've had so much like defense, and then all of a sudden you have this guy who's just like, I'm gonna be strike today. And I'm just and defense, of course. You have a good amount of defense because of these two equips. I don't remember this equip. I think this one has like key recovery and stuff like that. Don't really fully remember this equip because it's an old equip. Like it doesn't get used a whole lot anymore. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Overall, I can easily give this a rating right now. The lack of blue definitely hurts a future-based team. But you can definitely get away without a blue. It's just that red units are very prolific. Like, the red units that exist in the meta, the ones that are actually good, are very, very dangerous. And that can definitely hinder this team a lot. I find that red units that are very dangerous are some of the scariest units in the game. You got Father-Son Kamehameha Gohan, so the red Zenkai 7. You have red Omega. You have red Bojack. Like, those are just the three that come to mind immediately. You have, obviously, this is a Masu. You have the red units that are good are good. They're not to be messed with. Yo, Josh, how you doing? I see you there. How you been? So yeah, overall, I can easily give this like team like a 7 out of 10. I feel like a lot of its problems stem from the fact that low stars / 0 blue can make your day really sad. Overall, solid team. You can definitely make it work. It's just, you know, you have an uphill battle to climb. Little bit of an uphill battle, you know? So we'll see. We'll see. Because I understand the concept of saying he's good in strike, so I gave it to him, and Zamasu got critical equips. But the problem with just, like, you got to think about the team holistically. You can't just think of the unit individually. Because, yeah, you can buff the team individually and then put them all on the same team. But that doesn't actually make the team better. It just means that you've specialized in each person's typing. That is not thinking of your team holistically. When you're trying to build a team, think of a team that, like, if you're saying, I want to go blast-based, you got to think, how good is this strike unit in blast? And then you have to see, can I support him enough to make him a blast-focused unit despite being a melee type? If you can, then he could definitely be a blast-focused unit. More so than, is he strike-focused, so therefore I give him a strike, and then if he's blast-focused, I should give him blast. No, don't do that. That's actually how you get into a lot of problems. I think a lot of players do that, and that's how they make teams that can get nuked in PvP. So that just something to consider. Yo, T-Water, I appreciate you joining the stream. Welcome. All right, let's see. We've got Ki no Kami, which is just regen. Okay, so let's see what we got here. There's a strike focus, and then we have our blue unit. So I know why this is happening. I feel like God of Quack does not have Blue 21 fully Zenkai Soul boosted, and it shows. Because, this is very strike-focused. Very strike-focused. Which I appreciate. I actually appreciate that. And then there's this guy, who's just like, I'll be blast because I don't have a choice. Quack, can you just make it clear? Do you have Blue 21, Zenkai 7 fully soul boosted or not? Please let me know. Because if you do, switch it, but I don't think you do, so don't switch it. Keep it Kamikolo. Jump from 9k, 4k in PvP with the VFam. I'm bored now. Fair enough, fair enough. I mean, like, you don't. That's what I thought. T-Water, what's your usual placement in PvP? Are you usually like a top 6k player, top 3k player? What's your placements usually? All right. Let's see. Kinokami. Let's see. Equip-wise, yeah, these are fine equips. I think he's just a boost unit, Monkey. He's not there for anything else. He just boosts the team. I don't think Roar has many other good plays. Yeah, see, that's what I thought. So, yeah, keep Kamikolo. There's no point. You're better off having just one focus on Blast and having a good blue than putting in 21 and then killing yourself. So, no, don't do that. Keep Kamikolo. It's fine. There looks like to be a set amount of Oh, okay. This guy's got defense. I like that. Pure defense along with some extra defense. Okay, and health. Okay, yep. You have your ult. Okay, more damage base. All right. So, okay, one thing I would definitely say, Roar. I question the validity of this equip on him. There are better equips that you could put on him. For example, you could put like another equip of this onto him. There's really no reason to put this. This buffs ults. There's no reason to have this. So yeah, I'm looking at this team and I go like, it's fine for what it is. You can definitely take it. Based upon my rating scale, at least there's a lot more synergy when it comes to this team than the last regen team that I saw. So that's already a plus. Is it optimal by any means? No. But, I mean, that's still better than what we saw last time. So that's already a plus. So. Yo, hi, David. How you doing? And then Sanic is just like, my team is SSSZ+. Okay, fine. Gonna watch this later. Sounds good, David. Take care, okay? All right, yep. So I think I'm just gonna rate this at this point. I don't think there's really much else to say. Quack, there are some equips that you could probably change. For example, this equip, there's really no reason to run that. I gotta wonder, if you're not running this unit right here, why is the Z equip from this unit not on one of the units that you're actually using? I just gotta wonder. Like, if this is a Z-based equip, why not place it on one of the units that actually need it more? Remove this equip and replace it with something else. I don't care. Just anything, please. And then, yeah, I'll probably give this like a 7.5 out of 10. I think my biggest issues with this team specifically is the fact that equipment choices could have been better. You are playing a blast-based unit on a mainly strike-oriented team. Can hinder you a little bit. It's not the worst thing in the world, so I'm okay with it. And overall, the team itself is solid. It's just, you know, some low stars. Not the end of the world, though. And yeah. Overall, not bad. Not bad. God Key defense. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, that's as far as we go. Okay, so this looks like it wants to be strike. Yeah, looks like it wants to be strike-based. Nope, wait a second. Nope. Oh, let's see. What do we got here? Solid equip. Solid equip. Okay. Where can I show you my team, or did you pre-pick these? So to show your team, I have a Discord. So right here. Oh, we have a gold boost now? Okay, I didn't know that. we have I have a Discord. So to join my Discord, all you got to do is you have to go in the link in the description of this video or this stream, click on the link, read the rules, and then let me just move myself. Then you're going to want to click the thumbs up right here, not here, because this ain't going to do it. It's right here. I even say it right here. I say that you have to click here. If you don't click here, you're not getting in. And then you probably got to wait 10 minutes. After that, you just go to rate my team, which is right here. And then you post your team there. And when I get to you, I'll get to you. If I don't get to you, I will be there with you probably the following week or the week after. Because rate my teams are not every Friday. They are every other Friday because, well, I like myself and don't want to hurt myself too much. So yeah, there you go. No problem. Alrighty, let's take a look at this team, because now we can actually discuss it, we can actually see what's going on, and yeah. Okay. So health and defense, I love it. There's some defense, but mainly just mainly damage based on this one, so okay. This is blast with a lot of defense and defense and defense, so yeah, okay. So, I gotta wonder. Because I have to wonder here. This is mainly a blast-focused God Key team. And I'm really, really hoping that this Clapku isn't really being used. I'm not saying you can't use him in this team. I'm just saying that his over-reliance on Vados, especially in a team like this, makes me feel certain ways. Plus, if you're up against someone like, let's say, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, or Cell, or even Ape Vegeta, or even Evo Vegeta, do you really want to give your opponent free buffs? But I think primarily speaking, Clapku is a free buff to Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta if Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is your opponent. So it makes me worried. Personally, I see this more as a blast-focused team, with Super Saiyan God Vegeta being there. Realistically, would I replace him with, like, Evo Vegeta, specifically for this team, or, I don't know, even Champa? Yeah, I probably would. But for just utility alone, I can understand his placement there, is just that I don't personally like it, because this doesn't really feel very strike-based. The equips don't yell out strike. They yell out more blast and utility. For example, this is an ult/vanish gauge recoverer plus blue move. This is health with some strike. This is for health restoration. By the way, if you get to my team, I have LLZ power, just not sure where to use it, and I can get my SSB to 5 stars. Cool. Sounds good. Like, I get the defense part of this. It's definitely there. I just feel like if you're gonna do this, specifically, maybe set up one of your equips on your Clapku to be, I don't know, strike. Like, I don't know. That's a possibility. You could do that. It'd be cool. Maybe make them better. I don't know. You tell me. I think I'm too fixated on this. Let's just call it a day. All right, so this team, I can easily give it, like, I don't know. I'll give it 8 out of 10 for defense. It's defensive applicability. It's there. I like it. It does have a theme. That's perfect. The yellow Vegeta does have some defensive applicability, but he is a little squishy at times, so you got to consider that too. Overall itself, you can definitely play it strike-oriented, but the equips beg to differ a little bit onto this Clapku. Also, I would definitely re-roll this equip entirely, because this is not a good equip at A like that. Try to get a gold slot or a red slot again. I couldn't, so it's why I don't play God Key. And, yeah, overall, I like the equips on here, but that's usually better for a blast-focus/defensive Zamasu, and less so strike-based. So that's another thing to note. Like, good equip. It's very good. Problem is, why is it blast focused if it looks very strike based? Because I mean, 1 strike, 2 technically strike if you wanted to, 3 strike, 4 strike, and then how many blasts? We got 1 blast, 2 blast, 3 blast. So yeah, that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. Yo, thank you, T-Water. Favorite team right now? Probably Saiyans. Probably. I mean, all right. Virgorov Seth, why you don't? Okay, so let's talk about that because we just discussed why you don't do that. We just discussed why you don't do that. So why are you trying to make your team strike based? Just buff their type. Just a suggestion. Well, here's why you don't do that. Because if your team is specializing in one stat, like when you're buffing your teams individually, do not look at them as an individual unit. Look at them as a team holistically. Whenever you try to build a max min team in competitive play, what you're looking for is a team whose what cards they are holding in their hands matches the damage output they do. So for example, if I want to bring in a blast focused team, then I would rather see, let's say, 7 to 8 blast cards and 4 to 5 strike cards. Now, if you are bringing in a team that is mixed bag, you're probably going to see 6-6 or 7-5. That's generally speaking the card arts that you're holding in your hand. And the problem with that is balance is totally fine, but when you are doing a balance-based team, you're not maximizing or minimizing how much damage you deal with a certain card type. And the last thing you want is a blast-focused team that mainly does strike damage. Because then in that case, if you have 7 blast cards, but because they're a melee type, you got to focus on strike. Well, then now you have 7, you have your melee type units mainly using blast cards, and they're not dealing the damage necessary because you're using buffs for strike. So when you have your strike cards, you'll be dealing damage, but when you have your blast cards, you're dealing less. So in that situation, let's say I'm playing a blast-based Vegeta team. I'm going to want blast-based units and buff blast-based, have a blast-based focus in the equips. No matter what, if it's strike or blast, at that point, you got to consider, is the unit that you're picking even worth putting into the team if it is a melee type and can't use blast for any purpose. In that case, you might want to consider not even bringing them in to the team. And that's why. So if I were to just boost every single one of them based upon their typing, I would have a mixed bag team, which definitely can do fine. There's no one going to argue that it can't do well. But when you're in competitive play, when you're doing higher ranked play, as well as tournament play, you're going to get two-shotted by your opponent. A lot of the time, players that make their teams based upon how the units are just preset are going to get two-shotted. Take, for example, a min-max FSK team, aka Father Son Kamehameha Red Gohan Zenkai 7. He can two-shot units that are not well built, while he will be on a min-max team, meaning that they focus everything on blast. Everything. Doesn't matter if there are units that are not blast focused. If you focus everything on blast, he'll two-shot a unit with his blast. Two-shot, because he is essentially built as a glass cannon. That can be very devastating. Losing a unit to a team like that could be very devastating. So you want to be able to focus on specifically what you're tailoring your team to. So this team is trying to tailor to defense. So regardless if they're defensive or not, a tailoring to defense allows for an overall better buff team, especially because the Z abilities also reflect it. And you want that. You want your Z ability plus equips to reflect what you're trying to boost. And that is why we don't just buff whatever typing they are. Because that's not always ideal. All right, let's move on. Piccolo fam, looks like a fun team. All right, Matt, what do we got here? Let's see. Well, my main unit is Green Goku Black, so both damage is almost the same, so I guess I didn't know, but thanks. I'm assuming you're asking if I'm pay to play or free to play. I have 3 accounts currently. One that is a mixed bag of... It can't be called free to play anymore, but I haven't spent in a while, so I don't know. It's like I'm definitely not free to play on my first account. The second alt account, like the other main account that I play, is free to play. It's also my partner's account. and we share that account. It is completely free to play. And then I have a third account that is also free to play because who wants to spend on this game multiple times? No one. So at least I don't know anyone that wants to do that. So yeah, I'm both because I have to. I need to represent both of you guys. All right, so let's take a look at what we got here. We got yellow, yellow, yellow. Oh my god. Okay, so mainly it's a blast focused team with with 2 strike units, but realistically speaking, this looks like more of a fun team than it is like oh, I'm going to beat you in PvP all the time. Although, I'll be honest with you, this could definitely take some people because I mean, look at the stars, okay? You got 13, 14, 7, 14, 14, 14. I think that alone could make people scared. That alone can make people scared. So, I don't envy the person that has to play this, even if it's not fully well built. But to be fair, when I look at this, blast focus, it's mainly blast focus with a lot of emphasis on defense. There are some strike based equips, but that's okay. Yeah, blast focus, that's nice. Then we have this one that is very strike oriented. I would definitely say I wonder about that just because you have a very blast heavy team for the most part with just one other unit here. You could also bring in all yellow because that's a really good equip for this team. If you were to bring yellow, 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 that is a very defensive equip. So that's actually quite fun. So that is very nice. So yeah, see, I figured, Matt. Like, I look at this, and it does look like more like a fun team than it is like a competitive team. But at the same time, you could make like technically a mono yellow by just running these two as your blast base, and then this as your RR manipulator / defensive, like defensive unit. Because this is a very defensive unit. If you are to do triple yellow on your team set, and then just throw them in whenever you're getting attacked. Because yeah, that's solid. That is some solid stuff right there. So there are arguments that you could make this competitive. It's just that, there are some issues, obviously, because you are running like this specifically as a melee type. Where do we actually have a red blast based regen unit? Yeah, we have red cell, but his defenses are garbage. So, but yeah, I mean, you could. Yeah, you definitely could do that. But he's not a Namekian, and the name of this is Piccolo fam. So I get what you're going for. I like the theme. It's really cool. Overall, probably for a fun team, I can still give it like an 8. I think what really carries this team is the good picks for equips, as well as that's pretty much it. It's just the good picks as well as the stars, like the stars and the thing. The thing. Wow, my brain is stars and the equips. Thank you. All right, so yeah, we'll move on, but that's good. Do I do viewer battles? I don't do viewer battles, but you can battle me in Discord. I might not accept your battle, but that's because I'm always busy. But whenever I do open up for battling, you'll know because I'll be saying, "People, battle me," and it will be like that. But no, I don't really do viewer battles anymore. I used to, but not on YouTube. I used to do it on Twitch. Then I moved over to YouTube. But you don't want to hear my life story, so we're going to move on. Basically, the answer is no, I don't really do viewer battles. I might bring it back, but we'll see. For now, I don't. All right, let's take a look at this. This looks like God Key. Yeah, it's God Key. Oh. My team will trigger everyone watching. Well, good, Sanic. We'll get to it eventually. Okay. Okay, so there are better equipment choices that you could put for yellow Vegeta. I find that this person's probably not going to bring in yellow Vegeta, but if they do, they are obviously at a disadvantage. Zenkai 5 is not exactly where you want to be with this unit. Health is fine, but you're missing out on a buff here. Interesting. Vados. This is very blast heavy, just generally speaking, especially because you're using a Zenkai buff with Beerus, and because you're running this equip. So I fail to understand the principle of this equip. Like, even defensively, there's really no reason. I'd rather you run like a health-based health buffer along with this one. Yeah, it's very blast focused with only some strike because of the blue ability up, like the blue cards. Then defensive with some strike. Like, it's a little mixy, which is fine. The only one that can get away with that is him, and you can easily make him blast focused. That's the thing about this unit. He's a very good blast focused unit. Like, that's the interesting thing with Half Corrupted Teletubby. He's a very strong unit in both areas, and so he can get away with blast or strike. I'm new and free to play, but I'll give it a shot. Sounds good. And Nick, I mean, you could always challenge me in Discord, but right now, and probably not today, because I'm just like, I'm tired, dude. Like, overall, it's a good team. It's not bad. It's not, like, the best, but it's not bad at all. It's a standard team from God Key, dependent on the units that you have. And in this case, I mean, there is Yellow God Vegeta, which can definitely be used in a blast-focused team. It's just it's not ideal, because realistically, in a blast-focused God Key team, Evo Vegeta is king. He just is. He just is. But based upon the blue unit of choice, that usually settles what type of team it's going to be. So if you bring this blue coup, you're a blast-focused team, generally speaking. If you bring Clap coup, then you want to really be strike-focused. And you got to make those distinctions. You have to understand what you're looking for. So yeah, I feel like I'll just give this like 7.5 or 8. I think I'll give it 7.5. I don't like some of the equip choices. And get this as Zenkai 7. Otherwise, it's good. Do you think Sword of Hope Trunks for Black Friday and VB needs a unique equipment? So for Sword of Hope Trunks for Black Friday, I mean, it's possible, but I don't really see it happening. I mean, if it does, that's great, but I'm not good at predicting, so I don't predict as a result. And then VB needs a unique equipment. I disagree. VB does not need a unique equipment. He doesn't need a unique equipment. He does not need a Zenkai. He's annoying. He is difficult to deal with still, even after 2nd anniversary, even though it's already past 3rd anniversary. I made an entire tier list, so Seth, you might want to take a look at my one of my last streams where I covered the tier list, and you can click on the link because it's in the description and in the comments, and you can see where I placed VB because of how he played in the top 100 of just last season, and then you would understand exactly why I don't agree with that statement. VB does not need a plat. I know a lot of people want it, but I don't know why they want a plat, because I don't want him to be strong as he was in 2nd Annie. You could just DM me when you have time. Sounds good, Nick. And then, it's okay, I guess I would never use Yellow Vegito God, since he has no real blast damage. He's too strike focused, and he's really replaceable on God Key especially. Yeah, I agree. But his defensive and his utility slash defenses are why people bring him a lot of the time. Because God Key needs essentially like a refresh, and God Vegeta allows for that refresh. All right, let's see. Sunfam 2.0. Let's take a look at this. We got a 3-star. Okay. What? Okay. Wait. Blast focus. Cool. Then we have this guy right here. He's just here. He's just like, I need to buff someone. So here we are. I'm here. Do I see Goku Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta assist unit coming anytime soon, like in the Broly movie? I don't really see anything coming soon in terms of Vegeta Goku or Goku Vegeta assist. I mean, they're gonna kind of just throw whatever at us at times, and we're just gonna accept it. So I don't know. I'm personally of like the opinion that it doesn't matter. We'll get what we get when we get it, and I accept that. I don't know. I have never been good at predicting these units, although I've never actually tried to predict what unit are coming. So that's another thing. Sounds good, Nick. Bench. Yeah. I know it's bench, but there are better bench units that you could run for Sunfam. So, for example, since this is a very blast-heavy Sunfam team, despite this guy being, like, the only, like, strike-oriented unit specifically because of this equip, I'm, like, looking at this, and I'm going, like, you could easily just, like, I don't know, remove him, put a blast-focus unit, and call it a day. You really could, because chances are you're not really bringing in this yellow. You can. I'm not saying he's never brought in. I'm just saying, when I look at all of these units, and then I go, would you really ever bring him in if you could just bring in, let's say, Goten, this one, or this one, or this one, and this one? No, you probably wouldn't. I mean, this is already good as it is as a trio. This is also good as a trio. I mean, technically, you could bring this one, this one, and this one as a trio, but I wouldn't do that. I don't really like the blue, red, green setup because it really hinders this red unit. He really wants a hybrid on his team. And Goten enables so much BS. It's unbelievable. So, yeah, I would really just go back and forth between these two and run these two, like, pretty much all the time. So, yeah. But overall, like, equips could be better. I mean, they could be better buffed, but you don't have to, I guess. This team is whaley enough as it is that you don't really need to care too much. The overemphasis on hybrids, I guess for health is fine. This is the only thing that's a little bit of an anomaly along with this one. But otherwise, the rest is very blast focused with some strike because of the need for a blue card boost. That's fine. This is okay. And then, yeah, these are all solid. Okay, so overall, probably could give it either, like, yeah, I can give it 8.5. I think where I'm docking points is really just a lack of, like, care of equips. That's there. And then, not even this guy. I'm just a little bit annoyed about this guy. Like, if you're going to bring in a unit to boost the entire team, maybe bring in a unit that covers more blast or blast and strike than just strike and defensive. That's all. Sounds good, Nick. Thank you. So, yeah, overall, like, solid team. Movies. Let's take a look. What do we got here? So, offensive awakened equip. Sounds good. Yep. I would like to know what that last equip is. Last slot. I hope it's blast, because that would be really cool. Or it could be strike. It really depends. What do we got here? We got a movies team that is defensive. That's fine. Strike is very good. Strike. Yeah, so actually it doesn't even matter. You're running Goku. So defensive, okay. Fine. Is this Matt? Matt, okay. Okay, Matt. Let's talk about this. So Matt, I hope you're here. I hope you're here, because this has already been tested. So, Matt, Rarity Extremens tag Saiyan as a battle member is in reference to the one unit being both. It's not in reference to having one or the other at the same time. So, oh, you know? So then why are you running this equip? Find a better equip, please. Don't be lazy. You made a mistake. You're killing me. You're killing me, dude. You're killing me. Oh my god. Oh my god. Do I think the purple Gohan is better than the red one? You mean this purple Gohan? Yeah, he's definitely better. He's definitely better. At least on ladder, he's 100% better. Tournament, he's also being brought in, so yeah. So yeah, you know what I'm gonna say here, so I'll just I'm gonna stop right here. Okay, but overall, everything else is fine. Like, I'm looking at the rest, and I'm very pleased with what I'm seeing. It's nice to have this guy on the team. He's not generally brought in, but you can. I know he's mainly just to boost, so that's cool. You have the 4 main units that usually get seen in competitive slash, like, tournament/ladder play, so that's fine. That's good. You know what I've got to say about that equip, so I'm not going to say anything. And defensive, yeah, that's totally fine. I have nothing left to say. This is fine. Overall, this is fine for what it is. It's a solid movies team. I am docking a point for this fumble right here because you want this guy to be oppressive as feck, and he's kind of getting neutered. You're neutering him in his weenie. So yeah, you fix that. And yeah, that's it. So overall, like I'll give it like I think the other thing is like you could always make these equips better. So we'll give it a 9 out of 10. It's a solid team. It's very powerful. The ability bonus reflects that. The units themselves reflect it. Not much else to say. One thing you could consider is maybe considering removing this guy for specifically Green Cooler. Green Cooler as a movies unit is a phenomenal unit, so you might want to consider him because he does see a lot of competitive play. And that's it. That's all I got to say about that one. Look at Daksha's team. Oh my god. Why can't I? There we go. Thank you. Also, what is this Lash? Why would you do this to me? Why would no? Ew. That's gross. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's gross. Oh my god. Okay. Let's take a look. Ooh, we got some like black tinted screen right here. I love it. Makes my life hard. Okay. So let's see. We got think MUI can come on Christmas. Yeah. Okay, cool. Purple Gohan is just okay. Like the red one one alt with VB or blue from Namek Goku. It's over. Red one alt. Okay. Gone through any LOE units. Had that rare SATA mode. Oh no. I'm sorry, Ali. You know, we need a reawakening of LOE because as much as like, you know, a lot of people hate LOE, I like to hate on LOE, including myself at times. LOE deserves better than this. Even I can say that. So I feel bad for you, Ali. I hope that when LOE does come, you get your comeuppance and then you can just basically wreak havoc on the meta because I feel you on that. Sad emoji for you. You know, I feel that. Anyways, let's take a look at this team. This looks like a blast-focused team. Or... Okay. It looks like a mixed bag team. Reiterate what I said there. Looks like a mixed bag team. We've got God Topo and Evo Vegeta. Vegeets. They're good together. They're like a good married couple. You got Zamasu that could work well with them in tandem, so that's good too. You got this Bluku, which can work also very well in tandem with them. Make Vegeta Clan great again. I agree. I agree, T-Water. Actually, when was the last time that Vegeta Clan was actually I don't think Vegeta Clan has ever been on the top. You should just make Vegeta Clan great. I don't think they even can say again yet. We gotta wait for that again. We don't even have an again. Just make Vegeta Clan great, please. That's all. Yeah, I agree with that. That's painful. If you really think about it, that's painful. Vegeta Clan has never been the best. Ever. That's sad. Even with Majin Vegeta release, that was not enough to make them the best. Wow. You think about that and you go, wow, that's pretty bad. Does this team hate that clan? I think so. You think it does. Although it doesn't hate it as much as Super Warriors. Okay. Goku hybrid against. Okay. Why does it seem okay, this looks almost exactly the same in terms of like nobody. Okay, I can't tell which one's really the more used unit here. I really can't actually tell. Probably Clapku, because probably they like their endurance. It's okay, Docs. Don't worry. I think I'm over the pain and suffering that you've inflicted upon me. I like the equips on this. This is good. This is some solid equips. What you could do is you could replace one of these two equips with your platinum defensive equip. That could be really good because the platinum defensive equip in tandem with this equip is really, really good. So I would definitely do that because that would be giving him a lot more tankiness. Yeah. And then as for this, I assume that he's just a buffer for this guy, so I do appreciate that. I think Clapku specifically is not exactly what I would say a solid unit in a team like this. only because you have such a blast-focused team with no plat equip to give them strike offense, meaning that Clapku really just suffers by the very fact that he is essentially just a wall to hit. And I mean, you could technically have Zamasu be that wall, along with him at the beginning of the game anyways. I get the concept of wanting a revival unit, but I also gotta wonder, is it relevant? Like, another thing is if you want to make this strike focus, that's totally fine. But in that case, yeah, it's just like Monkey said. You could put the plat equip also on him and focus on defense to make him an actual wall, while also putting a plat defense on him to also make him a wall, so you have a dual wall. And if you wanted to make it completely strike focused, you could just ignore Evo Vegeta and run this Vegeta, and then you have triple strike with also some blast focus with Zamasu when you need it, because Zamasu is already just very strong in blast inherently. So you could essentially make him a mixed bag and not suffer for it, while also putting these two as strike-focused units with him also being defense, playing defense. And that would also be very solid. It would just mean that Topo would probably have to be replaced back with Vados. And that would be about it. So I think it really just... I think it really just it's dependent on what you like to run. If you are attached to Evo or Topo, Clapku, it's not necessary at all. So yeah, I think you got to figure out your play style here, because I'm still struggling to see what's the word I'm looking for? Heck, English is hard. I'm failing to see an identity for this team still. I want to see an identity. Because Clapku, like I said, he's a fine unit. He's a solid unit, but he's a B tier unit for a reason. Especially with Gogeta being so powerful. And with Cell being solid too. So yeah, there you go. That's all I got to say. I would definitely still give this team, just for like equips, 7.5 out of 10. I think that it's a solid team. It just doesn't have it has a lack of identity, and that lack of identity definitely makes it hard for me to rank this any further. Because I would really, really like Clapku, SSBE, and Zamasu our main team, and sometimes Topo. So SSBE, Zamasu. So yeah, it sounds like you're attached to SSBE, and in that case, Clapku specifically is just holding the team back. So your lack of identity is really killing the team. For Cardinal, let's take a look. We have androids. Okay, this is an android team. So let's take a look. We have utility. That's fine. Utility mixed bag. Utility mixed bag. That's totally fine. He is a strike-based unit, but his blast is actually better in reference to his what's the word I'm looking for? His unique gauge. His unique gauge allows for blast to be very, very heavily influenced, so that's really good. Blast focused unit, that's totally fine. Health buffer, okay. You could also bring it in, but I wouldn't because you have Cell anyways. Red Cell for blast focus, and then your only strike oriented unit, which unfortunately looks very strike oriented. So, but realistically speaking, I don't blame you. There's not much other actually there are really no other options for androids specifically for this team other than him. So, yeah, I get what you're doing here. For an Android team, it's actually probably one of the most solid Android teams I've seen in a long while. One thing that you could do to make this team better is instead of having 21, you could just replace it with Super 17 Zenkai 7. So, yeah, I'm going to give this 9 out of 10. There's not much else to change. Realistically, the only thing to change is to put either Super 17 or keep her as is. But I prefer Super 17 in a meta where cover changes are kind of getting nullified and you need more defense than you need a cover rescue unit. All right. Yeah, otherwise, I have not much else to say for Cardinal. Your team is fantastic. Good job. It's androids, so it's really easy for me to evaluate because androids are, well, super easy to evaluate. There's not much to them anymore. Purple, blue, Vegito, blue. Oh, wait, no, wait. Pure, blue, Vegito, pure, rose, LF, pure, blue, blue. Is it viable? Diogo Silva. All right. Let me try to figure out what you just said there, because there's a lot that you just said that. Purple, blue, Vegito. Okay. Pure, rose, LF. Okay. Pure, Goku blue? Feck. I understand the pure rose LF that you're talking about. I'm assuming you're referring to the blue Vegito, the LLVB, but you're using you're adding a lot of words that are making it very confusing for me. So Dioga, could you potentially like repeat what you asked, but in a little bit more like less abbreviation for me, just so I can see what you're actually asking. Because right now I have an idea of what you're asking, but I don't entirely understand it yet. So yeah, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Just re-ask it, and I will try to. I'll try to answer your question. Okay. Super 17 is 6 star. Oh, that's painful. Get him to 7 stars with manual Z power, and then when you can, Zenkai him. Purple, blue comp. Thank you. That's all I needed. All right. So if we're doing pure Vegito, pure Rose, and then blue Ku. Okay. So blast, strike, mix. You can. It's viable because a lot of teams are viable. No, I got it. I figured out. Yeah. I figured what you were asking, Diogo. Don't worry. I got you, bud. As soon as you said purple, blue comp, I understood. I gotta wonder. I just gotta wonder because like anything can be viable. What would be your bench units? Because if your bench units aren't pretty much Android 14 EX, Majin Buu EX Blue, and then any health buffer of choice, or another I would do a health buffer at that point. If you're not doing that, so actually what you could do is you could put Raditz. Raditz would be a fantastic unit to put there. So if you do Raditz EX, Zenkai 7. Yo, Hawks, how you doing? You do EX Android 14, and then you do EX Majin Buu Blue Good. Totally fine. That's a totally legitimate team to run. And I would definitely do it in that case. That's a very solid purple, blue team that you could run for God Key, specifically. Or alternatively, you could run the red God Goku if you want the crit buff, because that would also be actually even better than Raditz. So if you can do God Ku, if your God Ku has at least 6 stars, or even 14 even, then in that case, run him instead of Raditz. That's actually way better. And you'll get some crit buffs on top, like base critical up, while also having health. So I would do that. So Diogo, that would be the answer to your question. Is it viable? Yeah, you can still make it viable. Is it the best team that I've ever seen? No, absolutely not. Realistically, based upon the team that you have, I would probably say that Legends Limited VB at 6 stars would be better than your blue free-to-play Goku. But if you do not have Legends Limited VB at 6 stars, then keep it to the blue Goku. Anyways, let's look at this team. I hate Gohan. All right. Blast. Strike. Makes sense. Okay, so for any blast-based regen team, they still technically run this Majin Buu, because Majin Buu's utility is just annoyingly good. But this is what I meant by blast-based regen really is suffering right now. If you compare blast-based regen to strike-based regen, like the best blast-based yellow unit they got is Transforming Piccolo, which is really good. But that's still not better than DKP currently, which has the ability to utilize the RR very effectively. Blue Kamikolo is really good, but of course they have Legends Limited Kid Buu, so you might as well run that instead. Solid unit. Zamasu is a solid regen alternate core pick, but realistically, if you have Cell, you run Cell. You could also run pure DKP. It's a personal preference choice at that point, but Zamasu is a solid choice too. Just lack of buffs there, so just something to keep note. Kamikolo is really just a Zenkai buffer, nothing else. If you do bring him in, it's probably because it's mainly a red team that you're fighting. Otherwise, I wouldn't see him coming in. Red Cell is okay, but I think the problem with Red Cell, realistically, is that having a revival unit in a meta like this can be very punishing, actually, more so than helpful. So I think it really just depends on your opponent's playstyle and how smart they are. So you could get away with Red Cell, but I doubt he's being brought in, actually. So then, in that case, realistically, all I can really see being really brought in is a yellow, green, purple, or yellow, green, blue, or blue, purple, green, blue, purple, yellow. I barely see red ever going to be coming in. But I'm not saying that you can't bring in the red. I'm just saying the red itself is holding the team back. All right, so with that being said, how would I rate this team? I would say it's like a solid 8 out of 10. The team itself for functionality is there. My only issue with it is that it obviously has synergetic problems just because blast-based regen really isn't a pickle right now, whereas strike is dominating, and the latter shows that and reflects it. But doesn't mean that you can't do this. It just means that you're going to struggle a little bit, and that's okay. You can still do very well. Another thing that I would definitely say is I would be careful about running this equip with this Majin Buu, because I understand that you want him to be very defensive. I understand that you want him to be tanky, but you also have to understand that his last slot is predicated on if you're bringing in this yellow all the time. If you are not bringing him every single time, you are essentially hurting your green Buu. So just keep that in mind when you're running this equip specifically. Make sure that you are actually running the yellow alongside tandem with the green, because if you're not, replace the equip. And then everything else, I don't really have much else to say. I do appreciate this equip with this. I just wish this equip was better rolled. So yeah, I have nothing else left to say. Again, better roll this. Overall, it's a solid team. It has a focus. It has an identity. I appreciate that. And as a result, it's easy for me to at least give it an 8. Good job. Hi, Not Gamer. How you doing? All right, let's put in Zeph bots as well. All right, let's see what we got. Diogo says, asks, is it viable with free-to-play Vegeta Zankai? Free-to-play red Goku Zankai, and then blue future transforming Trunks as bench units. Free-to-play Vegeta Zankai. What free-to-play Vegeta is a Zankai unit? There's no technically free-to-play Vegeta Zankai. Free-to-play red Goku Zankai. Would that be a Kakarot? Kakarot would be a horrible choice. And then blue future transforming Trunks. Blue future transforming Trunks. What's the transforming Trunks? Guys, why do I not know units anymore? DBZ space. What the feck is a transforming blue Trunks? Is there a blue Trunks that's transforming? I don't think so. Last time I checked, there ain't no transforming blue Trunks. That ain't a transforming blue Trunks. Is that a transforming? Oh my god, there's a... Oh, do you mean Legends Road? Oh, Drip Vegeta. Oh, but he's not a Zankai. Drip Vegeta ain't a Zankai. What you talking about? EX Vegeta, Dad. EX Vegeta is Zenkai 7. What? Now people are trolling me. What the feck? There ain't no EX Vegeta Zenkai. There is Drip Vegeta. Okay? There is Drip Vegeta. There is, where's Hairy Monkey? Where is Hairy Monkey? Where be the Hairy Monkey? Hairy Monkey is right here. Okay? This is a Hairy Monkey. Okay? And then this is Ape Vegeta. This is Ape Vegeta. We got Hairy Monkey, Ape Vegeta, Drip Vegeta. Feck. Guys. EX Vegeta, yellow, Z7. EX. EX? Oh, but he's not transforming. Oh, wait, no, I'm looking at a different one. Oh, I'm stupid. This one. Oh, okay. Why would you run this in a... Is it viable with free-to-play Vegeta Zenkai? Red Go... No, don't do that. Okay, yeah, okay, I understand now. This is... Okay. Yeah, I don't remember Ultra Missions very much. Okay. See, guys, if you're not talking about relatable units, like actual units that I actually use, I don't remember a unit. Like, if the unit is not even worth talking about, I don't remember it. I'm sorry. Yellow Vegeta is just not... He's not it, guys. He's not it. You can use him, but he's not it. All right, let's take a look at this. What is this? Is this female? No, this is... What the feck is this? Is it androids plus females? Because it looks like it's android. Like, I know that 17 is luscious and has long, flowy hair, but he's not a girl, guys. I mean, you could. You could run him, but he's not a girl. Also, this team suffers from a couple of things. One, yeah, sure, 17 does buff these 3 at the top. And yes, these 3 do buff him. But, I mean, that's where the similarities end. And then all of a sudden you have Kefla and you have this Chi-Chi that just, don't buff him. So he's just kind of there. He's getting buffed by her, but only Zenkai-wise, and not by actual Z ability. Whereas he buffing all these guys. So technically, you could just run these 3 again and again and again and never do anything. But again, these equips could be much better built. Like, for example, you could be giving her Android 18, the equip called Android 18, which is a much better equip than what you're currently running. So if we were to actually look for that right away, where is my precious princess? There she is. Android 18. Look at this. Base strike, base health. And then we got damage to red after 30 timer counts. I mean, that's already insane. Like, she's already a high damage dealer, but having the ability to go through reds is really good. And you don't need this equip for that, specifically. This is a fine equip. You can run it if you want to, but I don't really like base stuff. Not when you have so much more that you could offer her. For example, if we were to go back, there's a couple of options you could go for. You could go for an equip that's currently not there. So if you don't have this equip, don't fret. We could potentially look for a different equip. Where is that stupid Kaba equip? Where is it? There it is. You can run this equip because it gives you base. Alternatively, you could go to an awakened equip, and I believe it's either this one or this one. I think it's this one. You could do just pure strike to her, or for her. And tailor it towards specifically if you're running mainly girls or android. I would assume it should be for girls, so you would want to set it up for girls. And yeah, that would be a good equip for her. I've commonly run first 3 and put in Kefla sometimes. You suggest I put in purple 21 for Chi-Chi? No. Chi-Chi should stay. Chi-Chi should stay. Honestly, I would probably remove your yellow 17 and put in purple 21 there. If you're going to put purple 21, remove 17. I understand 17's utility, but that's as far as it goes. Like, if you're going to make an android team, I get it. Then in that case, I wouldn't even run her. You could maybe run her for Zenkai buffs, but otherwise I wouldn't run her. But this doesn't look like an android team at all. This looks like an android-ish team mix with mainly girls. So I would probably just keep it to girls, only because 17 himself doesn't feel like he would be... He's not optimal. He's not optimally built because his team doesn't support him. So yeah. I mean, she is the queen of strike. She is the queen of long combos if they allow you to keep a long combo. But that's pretty much it. She's a B tier character otherwise. But I like her. She's beautiful. She's solid. I respect you for that, Tiago. So Tiago, good job. Props to you for running girls in a meta like this. I appreciate you. If I'm going to be realistic and I had to rate this team, I'd probably only give it like 6.5. There's a lot better things that you could run. Like, just run 21 over him. I think that'd be a really good, solid start. And then one thing you could do is fix up your equips here, like remove this equip, remove this equip. Like I said, one thing you could also put on her that would be really good. So equipment-wise is if you wanted to, but you'd have to actually work on the equipment because it's not an easy roll. Where are you? Where is that? This is Kaioken is a very good equipment for him. It's like one of the times Game Press got it right. Game Press has a very good set of equips for her. You can still vary it up, but realistically, the ones that I strongly recommend are like this is Kaioken, Android 18, which is right there, and then obviously the Awakened. You can either do the Kaba equip or the Awakened equip. It's your call. And yeah, that's what I would do for specifically 18. For this one, I like defense is fine, but that means you have to pair her up with a yellow no matter what. I don't like this equip only because it has an emphasis on either Sun Fam or Vegeta Fam, and neither of those are the meta, so I wouldn't necessarily run it. This is fine. This is only fine under the predicate that you're actually running an androids team, which you are not. You're running an android female mix, and that can slow him down. Do I like pizza? I love pizza. Oh, you only pick 17 because of Z ability? You might as well just replace him with 21. And then, I understand this. I get it. Yeah, so Android 18, so females and androids really have fallen off Monkey because they really, other than Cell, for androids, they really haven't been having too many updates. And 17 has been holding the glue together, and Cell really definitely allowed them to exist still. But they're kind of dying. I mean, there's only one Android team that made it in the top 100, and girls are nowhere to be seen. So, yeah. Overall, yeah, those are the things that we can do. Man, I think DB Legends just changed its name to Gohan Legends and make a tag called Gohan Killer. What do you think? Honestly, I think they're already doing that with Goku Black. All right, Super Saiyan Plus movies. Let's take a look at this. Okay. 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 I have been given the case of the depression. I'm going in the hood. So yeah. People hate me. I can see that. Do not run this equip if you don't have a Saiyan and EX unit. Thank you. Work on this equip. This is lazy. Fine, I can agree with this. This is lazy. This is lazy. Get rid of these and fix them up, or don't run them, please. Chances are I wouldn't even run double blue as it is because you're not running the full power Broly. You're running this guy. I mean, it's an interesting team. I would give it like 7.5 out of 10. I think where I'm docking points are choice equips, laziness on the equips, and the fact that the best Super Saiyan team right now in the meta is pretty much a hybrid mix with full power Broly at times, and that would be realistically the best way to play it. And yeah, overall, it's not a bad team. It's just that it's a little dated, but overall, usable, very usable, and good job for the most part for what it is. All right, let's take a look at this. This is a Saiyans team. This is the Saiyans team that people want to have but can't afford. Okay, this is going to be Zenkai. I know that. So let's talk about, yeah, let's talk about it. It's fine. I hope this is strike focused. Totally fine. Yep. Personally speaking, you could maybe replace this for a, specifically a blue card booster, but I mean, like, this is fine as it is. Solid unit, solid equips. Have nothing more to say about it. It's a solid red. Beautiful equip. Great. Yep. Yep. Yeah. I don't really have much to say about this. This is a solid build. I think the only thing I could say about this is that you could potentially run Super Saiyan 4 Goku over this guy, because although he is a pure boost to Saiyans, whereas the other one is not, utility-wise, this guy is kind of a train wreck. He has combo extension, and that's about it, or faint. And whereas the Super Saiyan 4 Goku, well, he's got a little bit more going for him when it comes to this. Another thing is that this is a very blast-focused team, so you could also argue that you could also run UI instead. But overall, like, I'm not going to dock more than maybe half a point for that, because honestly, this unit is still extremely usable. So 9.5 out of 10. Solid team. I mean, the only other thing is I could say you could have all Z tier, but I'm not going to go that far. So yeah, good job. And then let's take a look at this Saiyans team. Or Super Saiyans team. It's a mixed bag. No point running this guy. If he's not Zankai'd, if he's not a Zankai unit, there's no point running him. His Z ability does not actually benefit the team. So there's no point in putting him in there. You can if you want, but it's not worth it. He's not using that Frieza Force equip. I don't know Frieza Force very well, so I missed out on that. Let me just double check that. Maybe we can actually look at that. Which Frieza Force equip is he not using? Which one was it? I remember all three of them, so I can just look for them, but like I just need to see what's going on down there. What's been going down? Let's take a look at this. This is fine. It's being used. Where is the other one? He was using this one. This is fine. Actually, let me just go back to double check what he was using. Yeah. And then the other one was the Goku that is awakened. Awakened Goku. No, he's using everything. Unless you're referring to the Raditz. Unless you're referring to the rat. No, they're all being used. Everything's being used. Even this one. He's using it. He's using it all right. It's being used appropriately. There's nothing wrong with it. That's why I didn't figure it was a problem. Like, even this one's being used. Base strike, special move, base health, it's all being used. So unless I'm not seeing the right equip that you're talking about, or the right unit that you're talking about, the red one, he's using the red melee one. Okay, bet. Send link. I'll click on the link. Also, no problem, Diego. Anyways, let's look on this for now while we wait for Ali to give me the good equip, because we could definitely run a good equip depending on, like, we could see what we could do better. Okay, overall. This is a base strike. So unless Ali is talking about this one, let me actually look at this one. This one is a strike base. Yeah, base key recovery special move. Called Hra. Oh, I think I know which one you're talking about. But I gotta find that. Nope, that's not the one. 1 second. It's either this one. No, this is Erg. Where the feck is Hra? Nope, that's not it. What does it look like? Hra is a lot. Okay, you know what? Feck it. Hurrah! Equip. Dragon Ball. Legends. Let's just look it up, because I don't even want to deal with this right now. Oh, yeah, here we go. Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Blaze Blast, defense, base blast, base health. Yeah, I get it. I understand. I wonder if they want it, though. No, it doesn't look like they want health, because they already have a health buffer. And because Saiyans technically can get away with not having full-on boosted HP just because they have Angel Vegeta to heal. That's probably why they're running no extra health buffer the way that they're doing it. So I understand it. I found it. Okay. All right, let's take a look at the Saiyans team. So this is another situation where, yeah, the Saiyans team is good. But again, like I said, Vegeta just be removed. You didn't wait. Oh, does links not work in the chat? Probably not. That's probably why. Just send it in general Dragon Ball Legends or something, or somewhere. I don't know. Overall, team's good. I mean, I have nothing really to say about this. It's obviously there are better teams that you could run, like the hybrids / full power Broly Bardock teams tend to be better because they have a lot more longevity and they allow for more mistakes to be applied, and the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan works well in a Super Saiyan team because of how new the unit is versus how its stats are in comparison to all other units, so you can get away with it a lot. So yeah, I would definitely say that team is fine. I'm probably only going to give this 8.5 out of 10. So, the equips are fine too. It's just that this is one of those more dated teams, and the Vegeta pick is based. That's all I got to say about that. And let's go back to rate my team. Let's go all the way down. It's a based pick. Yep, we just did that. Open it. Thank you. Saiyan Saga team. Open it. Hey, it's Phil Nick, and this is my team. All right. Open it. All right. All right. We'll do. Perfect. Let's take a look at this team. All right, so we can't look any further in, so we're gonna take a look at this. Base, that's totally fine. I would definitely run an Awaken equip over this. So one thing you could run if you wanted to keep it a little bit more fresh and real, you could do this equip just for extra defense, as well as to be able to get more blast-based damage, like a pure blast-base, because a pure blast-base along with these would be extremely killer with this team. So I would definitely remove this and work on the Awakened no one equip. So I would do that. Yeah. This is fine. What did they say? Because I know they said something up. They said they had also, if possible, tell me which to put my LFZ power in from Sparking Limit Break. Thanks. Okay, cool. So Dan the Man. What I would probably say is, based upon the team that you have, just put in the Gohan. There's really no reason why he's at 2 stars. Make him 3. Make him 3 stars. Make him even more oomph. Make him more usable than before. Also, your general team is going to look like this. You're going to run purple, red. Yeah. Another thing you could do is, if you have Super Saiyan PUR. Why can't I say things? If you have the movies Broly, the purple one, that is Zenkai 7, maybe replace one of these, literally just to boost both of these, because they both get boosted by that unit. So they get Zenkai buffed, and then you leave it at that, and you can just keep either the green or the blue. Realistically, I don't really care which one you pick. And yeah, but mainly your main running team will be purple, red, because that's the best setup. And if you want to, you could just replace one of these two as well with another health buffer. So if you have yellow Gotenks at 6 stars, put another health buffer, and then put in the pure movie Broly, or alternatively if you have the red Trunks, the Zenkai 7, the really bad one that is defensive mainly, you can boost him. So you have options. Realistically, a hybrids team does not have to have a full color wheel. It really doesn't, because hybrids with the purple, red setup is extremely powerful. Otherwise, overall, team-wise, I'm just going to look at these 3. I would say maybe work on like the second or third equip on on a second or third slot on this equip, or you can re-roll for a better equip version of that. Overall, can't complain. For the most part, the 3 main units looking solid. Give it a solid 8 out of 10. Could make this one stronger. You could re-roll this equip a little bit. And yeah, you could replace this equip. Overall, good job. Saiyan Saga. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at what we got here. We have Kakarot, which, let's be real, Kakarot is just kind of there, because Vegito's the star of that show. Personally speaking, I think that Kakarot could just disappear. Like, you don't even need Kakarot on this team. Like, you could put Nappa, you could put anyone else. There are better units to place in this team to fully boost the entire team than to put Kakarot. So I think Kakarot can just kind of disappear. I understand that it feels weird not putting Kakarot, because he feels like a unit to put in a Saiyan Saga team, but I wouldn't do it. Personally speaking, I would just have this Goku be your main Goku for the team. I think the biggest problem with this team just inherently is the fact that there are 2 blast-based units, Vegeta that can be an easy blast unit as well as strike unit, And then you have these two units that are mainly strike-based, which just hurts my heart to say, but Saiyan Saga needs to have an identity, and right now they don't because they are just not fully color-wheeled very well. Like, they started, and then they kind of just said, we're gonna stop for now. Here's what you got. And I'm just like, this isn't enough to be competitive. So, yeah, here we are. Overall, Yajirobe's an awesome pick. This Kakarot, I mean, realistically, you could put just Nappa. Again, I gotta wonder why. He ain't an EX Saiyan. So why you do this to me? Matt, why you do this? I know you probably made another mistake, but why you do this to me? Back. I just want to cry right now. Yeah, Nappa's a really good unit that you could put in here, and he could potentially substitute for this this Kaioken Goku. What you could do is you could actually remove Kakarot, put Nappa in there instead, and then decide which one you like better based upon that. That could be good. Problem is, again, they just don't have an identity. It's a problem. But for a fun unit, a fun team, I love it. Like, I love your team. Your team looks so beautiful. And then, obviously, for the equips, I mean... You thought he was Saiyan? I thought he was Saiyan. Oh my god. Yeah. I wish Yajirobe was a Saiyan. You know how awesome that would be if Yajirobe was a Saiyan? Oh, that'd be so good. Haha, that would be so good if Yajirobe was a Saiyan. But no, he's a human. Best human, but he's a human still. Just a human. He's not even Saiyan. You know, I'm just saying, you know? Alright, but anyways, overall, for fun, like, it's a good team. I could definitely see it doing well. Like, it's an 8 out of 10 team, but it has a lot of problems. Because, you know, the tag itself is not very well built. Not the build itself. The tag and all of its entire units, not very well built. So, as a result, we have this issue where they're struggling. But, Matt, you did the best you could with what you had, so I appreciate that. Let's look at this one. Zamasu! Okay, so we have Goku Black, yellow. Okay, we have Mai. Okay, we have Zamasu. Okay, we have Goku Black. We have I can see that we got a can't call the Zamasu and put Mai in here. You can't do that. I understand you want functionality, but how can you want functionality when you could have Zamasu in here? Think about that. Functionality? Zamasu. But actually being realistic here, this is a solid team. I like this. This is a very good blue unit, especially if you're building it like this. Would I say this is the most optimal version to play Future? Absolutely not. But for what it is, this is fecking amazing because I love how just beautiful it is. I would definitely say for this Zamasu, you might want to consider having that equipped on him too. And you might want to also consider having the plat equip on him alongside with that because you could really abuse that. And then having another defensive equip could also just, you know, make him beautiful. So yeah, I would definitely say that would be my critique on this unit specifically. This is a fine equip to have on this unit because he does heal back, so that's good. You could also say the same for this Goku Black if you wanted to, but you don't have to. I think defense is also fine. This is fine, actually, surprisingly. I'm okay with this equip being there on this guy. So, yeah, cool. And then, yeah, I don't have much else to say. This is a solid team that, you know, you could obviously improve. 8 out of 10. It's a very solid team. Equips are pretty much solid. I would definitely have some pick and changes. It's not optimal in terms of future, but it is solid, and I like the theme. All right, power without an E. All right, so let's take a look what we got here. It is Super Saiyans. So we got Zenkai. Okay. All right, so it's mainly Strike. I'm hoping that the person that's playing this is not bringing this yellow Vegeta, but is bringing this yellow Gohan. It's mainly a Strike-based team with one unit that is blue. He's just like, blue card. I'm shit at everything else, but blue card. Well, he's actually got good blast, but the problem I find with Super Saiyans and blast is that Super Saiyans are just not blast-based units at all. So. Also, this is a cursed image right here. I don't care that it has the thing. Like, I just removed that, and it's a fucking cursed image. Let's see. Why am I saying this is good? Because I like Zamasu. And this is an 8 out of 10 team because you can easily actually bring it. This blue unit didn't get a chance because we never had a full color wheel of units that were actually good enough to play. This Rose is actually decent. We don't have enough data to actually say anything about this team yet. So you can't even say that I'm lying or telling them that it's good. You can't even say it's bad. We just don't know. Like, without data on a team, how can we even decide if a team is good or not? You can say that the team is not meta, which is what I'm saying, but 8 out of 10 for a team does not make it good or bad. It just makes it a solid team for what it is. Unless you're referring to a different team. In that case, you know, let me know which team you were referring to, and then I'll give you my reasoning for that. Let's see. Overall, fine equips. Get rid of this equip. One of the strike is bugged, unless you're doing defense. If you're doing defense for this equip, that's fine, but the strike is bugged. Please remove it. No future Gohan, no blue Trunks Z7 equals bad. No, you're absolutely based. Future Gohan, I can maybe agree with, but blue Trunks, no, that's based. You just sound like not even a top. No, you're just based. Absolutely based. Blue Trunks is not necessary. You can run Blue Trunks, but absolutely not necessary. Yeah. On future, you don't even need a blue. And if you are running a blue, LFVB is a much more viable blue. Strike Future is a much more viable team than Blue Trunks will ever be on his team. So, if you're running Blue Trunks, you're probably running VB and buffing VB. That's all you're doing. So, no, you're absolutely based and wrong. Freaking hell. All right. And then Rose is too new. So, like, as a substitute for yellow, I would rather see someone running a 12-star Rose over a 2-star future Gohan anyways. So, again, your comment is very based and very linear and short-sighted. Freaking hell. Oh my god. Anyways. Good equip. I don't know if it's regen or it just general. All right, this is fine. Like I said, that might be bugged, so double check which one you're boosting. And then this is fine for the most part. I just hope you're never running this Vegeta still, because you're mainly like this is blast focused, this is blast focused, this is blast focused. But realistically, if you're gonna run a unit like this, then you're really looking at a strike focused team. So I don't even know how to rate this, because this one specifically is such a mixed bag of confusion for me. It feels like it's trying to play the old version of Super Saiyans while also playing a new version, and I don't know how I feel about that. I really don't. So overall, let's give it 7.5. Call it a day, because I'm not sure. I can't even. Okay, let's go LOE. What effect do we have here? All right. I have not much to say here. Yeah, put your Legends Limited Z power. Elite, put your Legends Limited Z power on full power Frieza. Yeah. Make him 7 stars. Make him stronger. Excuse me. I don't know what you want me to say, Ali. For an LOE team, it's rockin'. It's a 10 out of 10 team, basically. I think the only thing you could do better is be Goresh and make it all Z plus and all 14 star. You did that, by the way? Good. Not much else to say. I mean, I know you did. Yeah, I get that. So yeah, not much else to say. Like, I think the only thing left to do is be Goresh. That's all you got to do, and then you're good. So yeah, good job. Just a fun God Key team. Let's take a look at it. Anyway, we have Yorichi. Opening that. Strike Future. And Goku Black. Let's go. Okay, so we got LOE with the fun God Key team. Yeah, this is actually, oh my god. This is like the epitome of what we call fun. One thing you could definitely do, realistically for this team is if you want to make it, Ali, if you want to make it blast focused, or if you want to make it defense focused, let me know, because if you are doing Zamasu, what you could do is you could run this equip. That's totally fine along with that. But then I would also run the other equip that gives you the health restoration up and then the strike and blast defense up, because the thing about that is you can then abuse your health restoration alongside with your double defenses. So that's something you could do. Or you could replace this with Gohan Protected Me along with the health restoration up and the double attack for both blast and defense. And that would actually enable Zamasu to be an even better tank, even if this is just for fun. This is blast focused mainly. I appreciate that. And then yeah, overall, like for a fun team, like I can easily give it like a 6.5. I think the equips need to be better improved. But overall, like for a fun God Key team, it's a solid team for what it is. You have a decent yellow for God Key. These three are really good for like synergize very well. Personally speaking, maybe run Champa instead. Or Evo Vegeta if you have him, Ali, but I don't know. I don't know if you skipped out on Evo. You might have done that, but I don't know. So you let me know. And yeah, overall, solid team for what it is, for fun. That's it. That's all I got to say. And then I'm assuming the equips not being placed on there are partially because you don't care, and then partially because I'm not sure if they updated it and fixed up whatchamacallit, brain. If they fixed up the matchmaking system. If the matchmaking system hasn't been fixed up yet, then running one unit with no equips is actually fine. What's going, Phil? How's your Friday going? In Terra, I'm fantastic. How you doing? Friday's going perfectly well. And yeah, 6.5 is good enough. 5 out of 10 is based. I think I'm just going to go against everything Jozel says at this point, because Jozel doesn't seem like a very, very knowledgeable player at this point. They're not doing a very good job at this. And also, I don't even know their criteria. But I know my criteria, so I'm going to go based upon that. All right, let's take a look at this. Yikes. Yikes. I think this is supposed to be blast-based. I think. It looks blast-based. It definitely is blast-based. Big yikes. Majin Buu good feels like it's actually an underwhelming unit at Zenkai 3, making the free-to-play Kid Buu the better unit for this team. Demon King Piccolo is always a phenomenal unit, but as always, he's a little slow to start, and at low stars, he can feel like a wet noodle. 3-star Revival Cell is just basically a liability, and then Zenkai 3 Kamikolo is a usable unit, but that's giving it a lot of credit. This is one of those teams that I gotta say, yikes. This is a team that I would not want to be caught playing. Yeah, this is the one time that I can agree with Jozel. This is really a team that I'm very sad to say, but needs a lot of reworking. I can't even like argue with Josel here. This is correct. Like this is just not good. This is not good. I think this is where we can agree. What can we do to improve it? I mean, realistically, you'd need a yellow unit that's actually good. This unit would need to... You're giving it too much credit, Josel. What are you doing? 4 out of 10? Come on, that's too much credit. First you're too harsh, now you're being too generous. What are you doing? Try to be consistent, bud. Just be consistent. Your consistency is so wrong. Just so wrong. Rowan's like full Goku Black team. Full Goku Black team is a fun team. Yeah. It's a good fun team with actually some solid play. Intera, no, it's more like a 3. I'm in class, just wanted to say have a great stream. Yo, thank you, Blue Jay. I appreciate that. Also, stay in school, bud. Yeah, exactly, Ali. Exactly. Stars. That's my biggest issue. Along with like the equips, I can ignore that. My issue is that Revival Cell at 3 stars is just a liability. It's not even a unit at that point. It's just a body to get decimated. DKP at 4 is usable. That's like one of the few units I can say is usable. This free-to-play Kid Buu is probably their best unit on the team, and that's saying something. And then Piccolo at Zenkai 3 just makes me cry, because the problem with that is... As a B tier unit, he's a B tier unit because he's Zenkai 7, not because he's Zenkai 3. So I'm looking at this. Yeah, see, I'm looking at this more like a 2.5 out of 10. And I'm not even trying to be mean. I'm just like, that's realistically the problem with this team. The focus is Blast. You have Majin Buu Good that's boosting this unit. But this unit itself is trying to carry a team where he's a support unit, trying to carry a team that should be getting supported by him. That's problematic. You don't want that. You don't want your support unit being your best unit, because if your best unit is your support unit, as in like in terms of damage wise, you have an issue. Like that's the problem I have with this team. So it can't be 4 out of 10 when the team's best unit in terms of support and in damage is a free-to-play Kid Buu that is supposed to be a support type. So I would probably say that this Regen team needs a lot of work. I'm not saying you can't win with this team. I'm just saying that I don't want to be caught trying to win with this team. What's your opinion on what's best to play, a full color wheel team or a 2+1 color? Example, YYB, PPB. Diogo, it depends on the team. For most teams, running a full color wheel or almost a full color wheel is better, but there are certain teams that are better off playing a specific color, like a specific trio color or a double 1 color team. So for example, in the ladder based formats, Hybrid's best form team would be, like for ladder specific, would be purple red. But if we're talking about tournaments, you could potentially run purple red green. That would be also a good team to run. In tournaments specifically, it varies, but generally speaking, it's about 4 to 5 units of different colors, sometimes 3. It's just arguable. Ladder, it's also arguable where it goes, but realistically, I think when it comes to Saiyans, you can either run a green-yellow team, or you can run a full color wheel, or almost 4 out of 5 colors. And then for hybrids, like I said, you could run 3 colors only or 2 colors. That's also acceptable. Actually, 2 colors is 2 and 1 is better. So like 2 different colors, purple and red. That is probably the best format for now. We'll see how, as this season ends, how that works out this season. Regen is usually a full color wheel. Future Strike is usually 4 to 5 colors in terms of wheel. And then it's just hyper dependent on the team. Realistically, Diogo, I think that's the best way to say it. It's hyper dependent on the team. Elise says, ever gonna do a viewer battle? I think I talked about that originally, and I mean, you can either battle me in the Discord or when I have time. I might do viewer battles in the future, but for now, for the upcoming future, no. There will be no viewer battles because I am trying to stick to different things, and I'm still trying to format how I want my content to be looking like first before I do anything like viewer battle related. All right. Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot to work on this team. This is one of those things. Who would you run the new free-to-play Goku Black with? Realistically, I would probably do it with like a future-based team, right? He would be like the replacement to Yellow Gohan if you do not have Yellow Gohan. A good hybrid team replacement for Purple Gohan. He's the only one I don't have yet. Oof. There's no good replacement. Goten is not a replacement. Goten goes alongside him, so there is no replacement. You could say that you could try to find a different blast-based purple hybrid, but chances are you're not going to find a good one. You could also say that you could run the movie Trunks, the one that transforms for 40 seconds, but he's a liability, and he'll support your team, but that's about it. But it's not really worth it. It's not really worth it, so yeah. And then don't listen to what Jozel's saying, because pain. Yellow Gohan, Future Gohan, is not a replacement to Purple Gohan, unless he's referring to the Goku Black, in which case, if you don't have Future Gohan, use the Goku Black. But he's right in that area, that if you have the Gohan, just use Gohan, because Gohan is a much more utility-based unit than Goku Black is. But Goku Black right now has that little glitch that, yeah, I know what you're talking about, Diogo, but he runs alongside Goten. Yeah, I know what you're referring to. But right now we have to still confirm if there's a bug with the Rose or if it actually works the way it's supposed to with Goku Black. If he dies, giving his Vanish recovery to specifically the Goku Black, the green one, and then being able to re-vanish. Anyways, let's take a look at this team. Strike Future. All right, so we got Rose, we got this one, we got this one, we got Zamasu for a buffing of that one. That's fine. We have this Zamasu, and we have this Goku Black. In terms of, like, the Strike Future team, the Strike Future is a solid 8 or 8.5 out of 10. In terms of the equips, that's where I'm going to start docking points. The equips feel a little bit, like, hazardous. What's the point of putting defense on a team that is strike-based, right? If you were running this Zamasu, there's no point. Like, if you're running the Zamasu with this Goku Black, there's no point putting defense. Especially since you're not doing that with these units. Like, if you're going to put this team together, I would definitely say that drop one of the colors. Drop one of the colors, put in a health Mai. If you're going to put this Zenkai buffer, as well as this booster for the entire team, fine. But then drop one of the colors, maybe even the yellow for a Mai. You don't even need a yellow. Alternatively, you could say you don't need a blue or a red, but I would keep the red. Red's really good for future. Purple's also really good for future. Blue's also really good for future. Green's also good for future. Honestly, the yellow or blue are the only two colors I would be willing to sacrifice in a future-based team. So yeah, Mai being a health buffer could actually mitigate the defense, and if you want to put defense, you could do it that way, but in that case, focus on defense. I think the biggest problem that I'm seeing with this team is that it's doing too much of everything and not enough of one thing. But that's the general consensus with a lot of PvP ladder-based teams, which is why I look at specifically how they also place in the meta. Yo, Ultimate Despair, how you doing? What team should I play BoJack Movie Green Trunks on? Either hybrids or movies. Realistically speaking, though, he's not the main pick for either. So, if you're playing him, Rowan, just be aware that you are playing him specifically because you don't have a better unit. But he is a solid unit, and people do pick him. And a red replacement on God Key for Big Boy Zamasu. Also the one I'm missing on the God Key team. There is no red replacement. Don't play a red in that case. I give this one a solid 6 to 7. Equips and stars could be better. Also, I would 100% put mine on the bench for that HPZ ability. In Terra, I think it really depends in Terra. See, that's the thing. VB at 3 stars is right now better than a 7-star Goku Black. If we were talking about a 14 versus 3-star, that's a different thing. But this Goku Black, I would definitely want a 100%. I would like a at least 9-star before booting off VB. Another thing is I would like more consistency with the equips. If this person's going for defense, that's fine, but he needs to actually boost defense and then health. And that would make his units tanky. The way that it's set up, there is health being attributed to ignore my, but it's not enough, especially since when I'm looking at like this, I'm not seeing enough of that emphasis. So realistically, right now, as is, until this guy is 9 stars, you boot off him, keep VB. VB at 6 stars, however, will just boot this guy off completely. So another thing that this person could do is just work on this guy to get him to 6, and they would never have to use the yellow rose. But yeah, like I said, I don't think I'm going to budge. I think I'm going to leave it at, if I said 8.5, I'm dropping it to 8. It's an 8 out of 10 team. It is fine. It's usable. It's workable. It's a solid team. And it doesn't really matter that it's lower starred. I think one of its biggest issues is that I personally think that Mai is a mandatory unit on Future, especially Strike Future. You want health. You want defense. You want to be able to survive hits because Future is a little unforgiving if you mess up. If you mess up with Future, you are not going to be forgiven if you're not running Zamasu. And if you mess up on your cover changes, you are not going to be forgiven. So, yeah. I would definitely say that, specifically speaking, team is solid. Drop the Rosé. Get in the Mai. Ignore the full color wheel. It's not worth it. And yeah, leave it at that. Okay, any way to farm 1,500 gems in these 2 days? I'm running out of options to farm. Diogo, did you finish story and did you finish all of the the free Zankais? All right. Would you say it would be optimal to run double yellow Evo Vegeta and Gogeta Blue on God Key Blast base? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Don't run Gogeta Blue on a God Key Blast base team. There's no point. Just don't do it. Just keep it at yellow Evo. So yeah. All right. No, I agree. Yellow Rose is good, but doesn't change the fact that you want Mai. Legends Limited Father Carnello Wen. Oh my god. All right, moving on. Another future team. Let's take a look at it. 6-star future VB, 7 stars Zamasu, 2-star Teletubby, Mai. No purple. Yikes. Welcome back, Zonrix. Welcome back. It's okay, Ultimate Despair. I Zankai'd my Nameku today using 600 LFZ power. Congrats, Joy. Congrats on that one. Sorry that I didn't see that earlier. Health buffer. Yep. Health buffer. Nice. I feel like the equips could be chosen better here. They just feel like this person put their best equips on here, and that's it. Is it risky to run Nameku with Bardock since they are both blue? No, you can still use it. Usually Nameku doesn't ever get brought into a Super Saiyan's team. Usually it's just used as a bench buffer. Forgot to add a purple to the team. What purple do you have, and what's the rating for that? Jozel, why do you have such based opinions? Why are your opinions so bad? Like, honestly, you're not a clown. You're the entire circus. Calling Nameku a unit that's gonna fall off are... Okay. Okay, bud. Listen. My god, Jozel. Oh my god. You're the entire circus. Please, continue. This is why I'm not stopping Jozel, because Jozel's just making themselves look bad, and it makes me so happy to read it. Like, I read every opinion you've said, and most of it is just complete garbo. And I need to keep it because it's just so much fun for me to look at. So thank you for making my day, dude. All right. Purple Vegeta, have him at 8 stars. Oh. Okay. No, don't even bother then. If you have Purple Vegeta only, please don't. Don't bring him. Just don't bring him. Mm-mm. Keenan, leave the purple out of there. You don't have Zamasu? Don't worry, Ultimate Despair. I'm finding him fun. That's why I'm not removing him, because he's a ton of fun for me. Like, looking at him just type in constantly is literally a joy. But honestly, for this team specifically, the equipment choices could be better. I feel like one thing that you could definitely do is try to focus on a specific type of stat. So, for example, for here, it looks like it wants to be very strike focused. So find equips that are very strike based, Keenan. T-Water, yeah, I know. Homeboy is going trigger. I know, it's great. Ultimate Despair, ignore Jozel. Jozel's just a troll, and it's a great troll. It's just a great troll. Like, you gotta keep the trolls. Trolls are fantastic. See, you might hate trolls, but I love trolls because they don't know what they're doing. Jozel's fun for me. This is amazing, dude. Thank you for giving me a whole bunch of chat. Ultimate Despair, ignore him. just read it and have fun with what you're seeing. All right. Exactly. Don't respond. It's just funny. I'll only let me respond because I'm having fun with this. Jozel is just a circus, and I love it. Oh man. Okay, but anyways, yeah. So what I would do is I would focus on a strike focused team. So like here, for example, this is not bad. If you can replace this free to play equip with something a little bit better, that'd be great. But otherwise, Keenan, it's still a solid substitute. Good. Yeah. One thing I would definitely do with this Rose specifically is that if you want to make him defense focused, maybe actually apply more defense, not just one, and then call it a day. And then these two are fine, but I don't like this because you're not even running a Super Saiyans team, so it's very questionable why that's here, Keenan. Overall, yeah, I would definitely say just make it very strike focused with abundance of health from Mai, and then if you want one defense, maybe put it on this, and that's fine. All right, but anyways, Strike Future is one of the top 3 best teams right now on the ladder, so if you are to run Strike Future, I think the biggest problem with this team specifically is you don't have Legends limited Purple Rose. So yeah, just keep that in mind, Keenan, when when we're talking about this. All right. Let's see what's next. We got V Mangla 1. Okay. What is this? Oh no. Oh no. Dadbot is really trying to hurt me, isn't he? Okay, we're gonna go and open these. And open this. Yes. And then we're gonna go tea water. Okay, let's open that up. I've seen this. That's the 7-star version. And then we're gonna leave it there, and we're gonna look at what we got here. So we're gonna close this one. Move this back so I have access to my equipments, and we'll see. As a free-to-play, should I summon on the LLZ power banner? As long as you have a Legends Limited that you actually want to work on, then yes, absolutely. Let's see. I think I might get my SSB to 5. Just gotta exchange the Z-Power from that event. Sounds good, T-Water. Let's see. All right, so let's take a look at Divinity. So we've got a 6-star half-corrupted Teletubby and Yellow Gohan. Future Zamasu. This is okay. It's a solid team. V Mangla. This. Let's see. We got this. This. One thing I would definitely say for the Zamasu specifically is that instead of this equip, run the plat equip. There's really no reason not to run the plat equip here. You don't want to be tying in any unit to a specific color type. That would be a bad idea. So remove this and replace it with the plat equip, and you're good. Otherwise, it's a solid color wheel team. It could definitely do well. It's a solid team. 9 out of 10 for sure. It's solid. Blue Trunks is generally speaking used, just not as heavily as VB. And being a mixed bag of Blast and Strike is a little bit of a problem because the majority of future units, actually all of the teams in the top 100 were all future Strike based teams. They were not Blast based. Blast doesn't do so well for future, and I think the reason for it is that the majority of the more utility based units are Strike based, and that's pretty much why. Zamasu might make a change for that, and for the better over time, but right now, Blast-based future isn't as good as Strike-based, and that's okay. Damn, can't remember the last time I saw that Blue Trunks in PvP. That's because Blue Trunks usually never gets brought into PvP, that's why. The only people that bring in Blue Trunks in PvP are people that are like top 10k to top 3k, sometimes top 1k. The majority are playing in the top 100 and top 1k, Blue VB and stuff like that. Blue Trunks doesn't ever get to see play. And the reason for that is his utility is kind of like meh. Solid unit for a Zenkai, but he's kind of being power crept by the fact that teams and utility matter more than just having high damage. All right, let's take a look at this troll team because that's what I was told to yeah, okay. Ow. Dadbot, how am I supposed to rank this? This is bad. This is just why? Why would you do this to me? Okay, let's look at the units. Let's ignore the equips. Good unit. Meh. Meh. Good unit. Good unit. Good buffer. That's all I can give you, Dadbot. Let's move on. Future. Let's take a look at this. This is a... Okay, we got a alternate core. VB is 6 stars, 3 stars. We have... Why are we doing defense, though? Why is everything getting a defensive buff? Not everything needs a defensive buff. I mean, even this is getting a defensive buff. Although I get it, I guess. My is your health buffer, that's fine. Defensive buffer on him, this is fine, but please rework on these equips. About the new movie Yellow Goku, does he replace Angel Vegeta? Depends on the team. If you're running a green-yellow squad for Saiyans, no. And then if you're running a full color wheel, then it's debatable. Realistically, I prefer my battery over a potential combo enabler because I like to end combos and heal. But there is an argument for Yellow Goku. Yes. So it's really dependent on playstyle, Joy. Okay, such despair. Oh my god, Sanic, you just smiled at me. You troll. Let's see. Purple Cinema Senior Team Platinum equipment, to be honest. Yeah, I can see that. Explain how Nameku isn't going to fall off and his place. Let's see. A counter that, if played right, will constantly counter, and there's nothing your opponent can do about it. A unit who has solid neutral game in a meta where having solid neutral game is a must. Let's see. Some of the best stats in the game, plus on a team that is arguably considered one of the best. How is Nameku going to fall off? Like, tournament-wise, he's considered in the top 5 best units. PvP ladder-wise, he's considered in the top 5 best units. I don't think I have to indulge that any further. That's exactly why, Jozel. That's exactly why. When he does fall off, that will be a sight to behold. But till then, he's not going to fall off. If he's in a PvP ladder-based environment, sure, he's not as good because the RR does exist. But in a tournament LBR mode, where RR is not allowed and you can't even use feint, and he can also protect himself from feint, I don't really see how Nameku is going to just fall off. The only way Nameku is going to fall off at this point is if you are pretty much saying that Saiyans are going to fall off, which I'd like to see that happen. Anyways, so with yes, because the 10 best players in the world have bad takes, right? That's amazing. You are the circus. You are the circus, my dude. Oh, I appreciate you, Jozel. Please continue. You know, that's the thing. I normally wouldn't say this out loud, but the more Jozel comments, the more he actually gives me more interaction. The more interaction I get, the more my stream gets boosted in the algorithm. Jozel's just literally giving me all the boosts necessary. This is... Yo, dude, thank you, Jozel. Thank you. You are literally the reason why my content is being recommended to other people. Because you're constantly commenting. Normally I wouldn't say that, but I gotta thank you because by this point, the damage is done. He's already done everything I've needed him to do, so now I can just openly tell him that. So thank you. You have just essentially boosted me in the algorithm. I appreciate that. So you are the MVP, Jozel, and you are also the entire circus. And I appreciate your base comments because your base comments are exactly why I do this. I do this so I can have bad takes, and you are beautiful. So thank you, dude. You have made my life. How to send my team? How to send my team? How to send your team to me? Go into my Discord. Yeah. Very soon. Yeah, I can see that, Jozel. And I appreciate that. That's exactly how this happens. We get one bad take, and everything just... Yeah, but see, I like these hot takes. They make my life better. So I appreciate Jozel for that. But still gonna call you a circus, dude. But like, good on you for that. Anyways, I like the basis of this. I don't like the execution. Like I said, the plat equips specifically are not necessary on every single unit. On a unit like this, absolutely great to make him tanky. You do want at least one tanky unit on your team, but this is unnecessary on all of the rest of the units. You can do that, but in that case, what I would definitely suggest, if you're going to make them all tanky, please make them all, like, defensive equips with some minimal effort on strike-based equips, like I'm seeing in some of these. But having them only having one defensive equip with almost nothing else... Like, I don't know. I don't know if it's really worth it. This team itself suffers from the fact that I feel like there is a start to an identity, but the identity is kind of quickly nipped in the bud by the fact that it wants to be both strike and defense, but it doesn't even know which one it wants to apply more to. You got to pick one. You either want to be more strike or you want to be more defensive, and then you got to stick to it. So that's what I would definitely say for this particular team. So with that being said, this is going to be like a 7 or 7.5 out of 10 team. It has most, actually, of the best units for future. But we do have this yellow Goku Black, which we're not sure right now where he's going to end up in the meta. I see him more like a low S to A tier character. I don't see him as high S. I could be wrong, but I'm going to wait for data to back that up first. Because as you guys know, I do a top 100 data analysis, so I'm going to finish that, and there it is. All right, so yeah, there we go. All right, God Key. Strike. Booster, Vados. Can be strike and blast and defense, health. Okay. Overall, I like the theme. I feel like I've seen this before, though. This looks eerily similar to something else I've seen. Saiyans won't fall off. It's hyped and popular, but that also means it's going to be very competitive if it's getting constant buffs and OP units. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. I don't think you actually heard what I said properly, so maybe rewind and go back and listen to what I said, and then try again. Thank you, Jozel. And then T Water's like, you need to feature Jozel in a video for a thank you gift. Yeah, I probably will just go like the most base takes in Dragon Ball Legends and make that a video. That would be good. All right, here we go. I don't know what the last buff here is. I hope it's for strike. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I feel like I've done this because I'm wondering why this guy's equips are better set than Vegito Blue's. I feel like I've already done this before. If I haven't, then I'm surprised, but I feel like I have. This looks eerily similar to something I've already seen before. So that being said, I'm going to ignore it. Saiyajin. Old Saiyajin. Old Saiyajin has a problem with the fact of the matter is that hybrid Saiyans, Super Saiyans, are better than old old Super Saiyans. So we have this issue where this Super Saiyan team suffers from just the anomaly of trying to be both blast and strike, and that's bad. You don't want that. There's a health buffer, which I appreciate, and Super Vegeta is a solid blast unit for what it is. He's honestly not tierable because he doesn't see enough play to be tiered. Purple Broly is not even Zenkai 7, which pains me because that unit is actually decent as a alternate core unit, or alternatively as a main core unit if you so desire, although I don't recommend it. He's usually alternate core at this point. And then Super Gogeta's fine, but the problem, again, just lies with the fact that Super Saiyans don't even need a red unit, realistically. And then Green Broly is usually just a buff booster, or just not even used. Generally speaking, the core at this point is Super Saiyan Bardock, Transforming Gohan, Legends Limited, and then Future Gohan, the one-armed Yellow Han. And then you could also run the full power Broly, and if you wanted to, as another alternate core / core unit, you could run the Super Saiyan, Legendary Super Saiyan Broly. So overall, Zenu Noli L says, boy! Hello, how you doing? Okay. Oh, wow. That really? Nightbot? But he just said, boy! That's it. That's all he said, Nightbot. What the feck? Oh, whatever. Alright, so overall, I don't know what I could give this. It's a solid, old school Super Saiyans team, but that's about it. Super Saiyans really are a strike-focused team, and this feels mixed. I don't like that. So, I'm not even going to discuss the equips. I feel like, realistically, the identity core is the problem here. If you're going to make it blast-focused, then make it blast-focused, but in that case, find blast units. And Super Gogeta ain't it. Just ain't it. Vegeta fam, let's take a look. I think this is T-Water's team. Let's see. We got a boost to this. Red, blue is fine. Blast-based Vegeta fam team, that's fine. It's not, the best or the worst. Health buffer. Purple. There's no better purple for Blast right now. Is there a better... No, there's no good green for this, is there? Yeah, Vegeta fam is in a weird spot right now. Vegeta clan, I mean. You could run Ape Vegeta, but for Blast, I wouldn't do it. For Strike, I would do it. You could run Ape Vegeta for Blast, but I don't know. Equip-wise, I can see you hate hybrids. You also like buffing health and defense. I see that. A lot of health, actually. I have 8 cards, 8-star Kid Trunks. He sucks. Yep. For Strike, I would, but my Blast is way better. Yeah, I understand T-Water. I get that. Right now, with Evo Vegeta existing, it's better to run Evo and do Blast than it is to run Majin and Evo and try to do a Strike-based team. Yeah, I agree with you. Especially when you could do Ape Vegeta, Evo, and Majin. But you're still suffering from the fact that, I mean, you could actually do that, but Majin Vegeta is in a weird spot, kind of like with Blue Trunks, and I feel like Blue Trunks definitely has more utility than Majin, at least in regards to Vegeta clan. In terms of Majin Vegeta, just as a unit itself, it also has a lot of utility. It's just a little dated, but Blue card is still rocking. But so is this guy. So I mean, like it's all the same realistically. Oh, 5-star MV. Yeah, okay, that's why. That could also play a big role in why you might not run him. Johan, fair enough. Fair enough. But, you know, not everyone's got an EX 14-star Vegeta. And even then, it's questionable if you really need him. Yeah, I'm gonna assume the main 3 core is usually this. I mean, you could run this purple Vegeta fam. I guess it depends on the opponent's units, but I don't know. He's kind of dated now. It's really hard to like rate a Vegeta fam team fairly, only because Vegeta fam is struggling, at least as a team in the ladder. You can do well with it, but it does struggle. So yeah, I think that's one of the biggest problems with Vegeta fam just inherently. They struggle because they are not you know, what's the word? They don't have enough units. They don't have enough good units in the team. Zenkai Hercule when you fix the goddamn door. Gotta go all in on him with the PZ. Yep. Yep. But overall, like, I mean, if I had to give this a rating, at least just for team-basedness, just in general, I could give it a 9. But in terms of PvP ladder, it's harder to say where that actually goes. Because, like, PvP-wise or tournament-wise, Vegeta fam isn't really a good team. But just for, like, the team itself and how you've built it, I can definitely say that it is solid for what it is, and you can definitely win with it. It's just, it isn't as good as other teams, and that's okay. Also, ignore Jozel again, guys. Just don't worry about Jozel. Don't worry about him at all. Eh. I don't feel excited to look. Wait, I've already seen this. Okay. Intera, let's take a look at it. Regen, Plankton, IGN. Okay. I low-key threw this team together. I want to see how decent it is without equips using for now. Oh, God. That scares me. Need 2 more copies for both Red and Goku and Beerus. Okay. Oh, no. Why are you putting Beerus on that team? Oh, God. Oh, we've reached the end. So this will be the last one, and then I'm done for the day. All right, Godhood. Let's take a look. Send you my team. Hope you got it. Yep, probably did. I mean, Vegeta Clan, he's kind of right. Okay, there we go. Let's take a look. Okay, Godhood. So this is God Key, but there's a mix. Not a fan of that. Okay, so when running God Key, if you're gonna make it blast focused or strike focused, please have your identity set. Don't mix and match. My issue with a mix and match team is, once again, sure, a mix and match team can confuse opponents at times, and you can definitely surprise people. But at the same time, there is no focus, and therefore there is no strengths. There's no specific strengths, and as a result, a min-max, a whatchamacallit, a min-max team is definitely going to be more lethal than something like this. So min-max means, like I said earlier in the stream, where you buff a specific stat to the point where it can essentially be the ultimate glass cannon you've seen in a while. What tier do you think Ultra Omega Shenron is at 14 stars? Currently, probably high S tier. It's too hard to say though. There's a lot of data that's missing for Ultra Omega. But Ultra Omega Shenron has definitely helped GT become a core player in the top 100. He has also helped Regen. So, and he's also, well, no, not powerful opponent. Mainly Regen and GT. Those are the placements. Also, Jozel's wrong, so just ignore him. What Well, he's right on the GT and supported well. He's wrong on tier 1, unless he has a specific tier system for Josel specifically. But if we have if we're going S tier and Z tier, he's not Z, he's S. All right, so yeah, overall, like I think one of the biggest problems with this team is again strike, but then blast. I need to see an identity here. I want to see an identity, and I don't see it. Josel, you're an L, so it's great. Oh man, I gotta keep Josel around. Josel makes my life so much better. I have liked a different unit for an Ultra because I skipped Ultra Goku and Omega because I have no uses for them. Fair enough, T-Water. I mean, you could use them just to have them, right? You could just work on them just to have them. Work on them slowly, get them, and that's it. Nah, not a fan of Ultra Omega, but a big fan of defensive units. I mean, fair enough. I am a fan of defensive units too, and Omega is a decent defensive unit. And with Maju being there, he's eating good. On top of that, Gogeta Super Saiyan 4 being there, he's eating good as well. All right. I don't know how to rate this. I'll just leave it at like 7 and call it a day. I think the biggest problem is, again, no identity makes it really hard for me to actually make a decision here. Oh my god, what is Josel? What are you talking about? Revival units are not even like that good unless you're talking about Gohan. And then Zenkais are mid at best. Are you This man gets his facts from Game Press, doesn't he? Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no. Oh well. All right, let's take a look at this this Regen team. Blast has a booster strike, can be blaster strike. Health buffer, good. Take care, Quack. I love you. Let's see. Overall, I would probably just like remove this and replace it with something else. Another blast-based equip, that's totally fine. This is totally fine. I agree with this. This is a good setup. Majin Buu can definitely work with this. Like, as long as one of the units alongside Majin Buu is a yellow, I'm totally fine with this equip. In fact, actually, if you're doing green, yellow, yellow at times, that's even better. So this is very versatile as a team. This is the one of few teams that I'm actually okay with actually saying that having a little bit of a mixed bag is totally okay. And the reason for it is being able to play green, yellow, yellow is very, very powerful, especially on Regen. And also being able to play, like, say, green, yellow, blue, or purple, yellow, blue, or whatever alternate core you want to do, you can definitely do it. Only thing I wouldn't do is run green, purple, and blue, just because you lose out on a defensive buff completely otherwise. But otherwise, solid team. Not many complaints to say. Maybe replace this equip because Sun Fam isn't as inherent as it used to be. And yeah. Definitely work on this equip. There's no reason why this can't be a Z-based equip. Technically same with this one. I think the only thing left to do is really work on the equips. And maybe do a replacement for this, and that's it. Easily. LL Rose, Ape Vegeta, Angel Vegeta. Let's see. What else? High Star Cell, tanking. Kid Buu, LL Kid Buu, tanking. Let's see. Pretty much any Legends Limited character is going to tank. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, tanking. Transforming Gohan, still tanking. In LBR modes, it also tanks. 14 to 14 stars, tanks very well. Let's see what other units tank. Let's see. What do we have here? What other units are freaking in this game? Actually, let's just go through the roster at this point. Gogeta, he tanks. Full Power Broly, he can tank. God of Destruction Topo, he tanks. Vegito Blue, he tanks. Evo Vegeta, he tanks. Full Power Frieza, he tanks. This Super Saiyan Goku, he tanks. Let's see what else. Not so much you. Let's see who else. Even this B tier unit tanks. Majub, he tanks. Final Form Frieza, not so much. Omega Shenron, he tanks. Let's see. Who else? Super Saiyan Trunks Teen, he actually surprisingly tanks. Who would have guessed? But at higher stars, he definitely does it. Let's see. Godmo, tanking. Let's see. Metacooler, tanking. Bojack, tanking. Do I need to go on? Do I need to go on? Take the L, son. Take the L. Take the L, dude. Take the fecking L. Alright, but overall, solid team. Yo, yo, Aiden, how you doing? Probably gonna substitute that for something else blast related. Yeah, see, exactly, Intera. That's what you gotta do. Omega Shenron doesn't tank? LMAO. Oh my god. Just want an opinion on the equips. I have the same setup with different equips, all Z or higher, and I am currently using all erasers to get to Z+. Cool. This looks like a mixed bag. Okay. Oh, yes. Okay. Let's see. So, Jozel, let's bring this up here. Do you know what this is, Jozel? This is a list of all the top 100 units in the game. So, why did I do this? To basically say anyone with your opinion is just wrong. Your opinions are wrong, Jozel. You are such a based player. You're probably not even a top 1K player. In fact, actually, I'm starting to wonder if you're even a top 10K player. Your opinions are as based as Game Press, but at least Game Press can back themselves up by actually having an opinion because they actually have decent players on their roster. And then there's just you who just spouts what they, say. And then it calls anyone else that doesn't share your opinion based or bad or an L taker. Dude, stop living your own dream. You're really just the circus. I have the data to back me up. All you got are hot takes and just bad opinions. Good job, dude. Good job. You are the entire circus. Thank you. All of this I'm going to make as a video. Doesn't show how they tank. Dude, I've watched an all-star versus the top 5 best Japanese players video. I have been following now tournaments. And you're telling me what you think you know? You're based, dude. I'm gonna join the dancing. This guy is a circus, man. So did I miss anything about people just running either Strike or Blast Bay teams instead of mixed? Mainly, okay, because I've been running this mixed Vegeta fam for quite a while. You could run a mixed, but my issue is that with a mixed team, you run in the issue of having the problem of when you have specific cards for specific units, but they're the wrong card, right? Being able to maximize your potential is much better than having to constantly switch to maximize their potential by switching. Switching just to maximize your potential can be very dangerous. Jozel, I don't care about your hybrid setup. I really don't care about your hybrid setup. My God. Overall, imagine having an opinion, and that's it. Yeah, exactly. T-Water, you're right. On this team specifically, if you were to run Ape Vegeta, this would be really good. Oh my God, Josel's a gem. He's a gem. Imagine saying Omega doesn't tank when he's literally built to tank. Imagine saying that the only units that tank are Zenkai defensive units. You know how many Zenkai defensive units there are? Not many. Oh my god, no, he needs a circus video. Josel, but he's the entire circus. DBL hot takes. And then just make it a video. Just make it a video. Oh my god. Thank you, Josel. You are content. Oh my fucking god. That's amazing. Okay. Anyways. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, Metacooler he tanks. Oh my god, that's another one. If I haven't said it already. All right. I think one of the best things that we can say in regards to just one opinion, I have the same setup with different equip cells. I'm currently using all risk to get sub plus. Okay. Okay, so like you said, like just getting to Z plus. I don't really like the mixed bag. So if you're gonna do strike base, do strike base. But in that case, probably just drop the purple altogether. Vegito would definitely be better here. You could use him as a Zenkai buffer, so you could keep him on the team, but use him to buff Vegeta. And then for this, personally speaking, you could do a full color wheel. I don't think it's necessary. You could do Evo Vegeta here. Evo is a solid strike-based unit that you can definitely run, and could be run in tandem to yellow Angel Vegeta, or one or the other. And then having a health buffer is totally fine. What was the thing that was said? Loki threw this team together and want to see how decent it is without equips for now. Okay. Not good at all. Not good at all. We have a Saiyan buffer. Then we have Namek Saga buffer, realistically, / yellow. Then we have Namek buffer, but only for him to him. Actually, maybe him to him as well, but not that good. Then we have this random God Key unit that's really there for Saiyan buffs. And then another Saiyan buffer with Namek. I don't really like it. I don't like your realistically only good units, technically speaking, on this team, and I say that like leniently, is Nameku. Actually, yeah, just Nameku. You could say Ultra Goku's decent, but again, you need your equips for that. You need his pure buff equip for that specifically. This team is just, it's a mess. Like, Namek Saga is a fun team, but you don't even have a full Namek Saga team on this. You do run this guy who is just there. There's really no reason for it. So yeah. Evo Vegeta 3 stars, and I never pulled Vegeta. Ouch. Okay, then Plankton, leave your team as is. Make a separate Josel tier next time. You make a tier list and put Hercules. Oh my god, I did put Hercule in my last team. So yeah, this team is not that good. Not that good. Sorry. But I mean, add equips, see how that goes from there. I would definitely drop these 2 units. There's no need. If you're doing a Namek Saga team, you could definitely make one. It's not going to be very good, but you can make one. And it could be fun. All right, mid key. Okay. No point putting Beerus in. Pointless endeavor. Vados would be better, or God Topo. Health buffer, fine. Champa as your only yellow blast base. I mean, that's fine, but if you have Evo, you run that instead. UI is pointless considering you have Zamasu, and UI is not even 6 stars, so I wouldn't even consider him really. This is fine. And then, yeah. Generally speaking, I think the only issues that I'm having here is that UI is too low starred, and honestly, not as good as Zamasu. Champa is okay, but honestly not very tierable, and Evo is better. And then Vados would round out the team a lot better than what I'm seeing here. And then you could put anyone that buffs this team as good as it can. So if UI is the best team buffer you've got, use them. But otherwise, drop Beerus. Beerus is no good. No, Chaozu is OP. Oh my god. All right, and then we have Saiyans. See, I have seen a team like this in tournament play amongst the top 10 best players in the world. So let's see. I haven't seen their equips though, so I don't know how their equips are being ran. But this is pretty much an identical team to one of the top 10 best players in the world for tournament play. So let's actually look at that and let's see how this looks. So we have Nameku, we have Super Saiyan 3 Goku, Vegeta, Raditz, Vegeta, and then Goku. Defensive buff, blue, and then against hybrids and health. Okay. Health, and pure defense with some strike. Okay, and blast. Irrelevant, because it's just a health buffer. Okay, I can see this is a very anti-hybrid team. Okay. Interesting. I hate using this team, but I use it for PvP. Fair enough, T-Water. Let's see. Defensive. Okay. Sunfan Blast based. My only issue with this particular equip specifically is that if you're doing a Sunfan Blast based, you can't bring in your Vegetas, and I don't like that. So maybe consider finding a different equip that can do a base, like a pure buff blast, but isn't this. Also, you should also consider just running his plat equip. His plat equip would be way better than just running this. So that's another thing. So T-Water, yeah, I would run his plat equip here for this specifically. Not running his plat equip is totally fine because there's no need. Yeah, I would definitely say find a plat equip for this guy. This guy, honestly, I don't really have an issue with this too much. One thing I could say for this guy is that you could test out dropping this equip specifically for let me find it. For this equip. So T-Water, Don't Worry About Me would be a good equip to replace potentially this anti-hybrid equip on, because there's really no reason to run the anti-hybrid for Angel Vegeta since he's mainly your battery. He's not really there to be dealing damage anyways. So you just, running this equip over it could definitely help with health restoration, can help with your defenses and all that stuff. And then as for this guy, since he's so strike based in general, but I can see that you're really trying to focus on blast. One thing you could definitely do that could definitely round out your character right here is running his plat over this, because although it's all defense, it's not really relevant when I'm looking at it from the basis of what equips you've also applied to him. This equip only really works if you are also applying his plat equip. Otherwise, it's kind of just there, and although it's a nice equip, it's very mid, because it's very easy to roll. So yeah, I would definitely say that this equip can be replaced. Getting his just GT plat equip could also be really good. What I would definitely do is if you're running the GT plat equip, you could also just consider dropping this equip, keeping this equip, and putting the plat equip instead. Because he doesn't really need to be countering hybrids. Because generally speaking, against a hybrid matchup, you're not going to really run him. They don't really have anything to cover change. And if they are cover changing with the red, purple, yellow setup, they're playing poorly. Like, that's not the best version of hybrids anyways. So that's just irrelevant to talk about. Right? So at that point, there's no need to add a hybrid damage buff. You might as well just power up his overall base. Whereas someone like him could actually use that because he's up against purples and reds, and he wants to be dealing the maximum amount of damage as possible. This is a character that is really built to deal damage, whereas he is more of a utility unit. He is a more damage dealing unit. You gotta understand that, and when you understand those values, that means you can tailor them to what they're specifically supposed to do. He's a great counter to Saiyan, surprisingly. He's also a great counter to hybrids. Whereas this guy is more of usually a decent pick against Saiyans due to the fact that they have a lot of cover changing. And this guy's usually a generic pick because of how powerful he is. Like I said, you can keep this. That's fine because he does also get a health buff. But I would drop this and put his plat. And then I like this defensive equip. It's solid. Good job. And you don't need to run his plat because his plat itself, although it's very solid, its last slot is very irrelevant right now. I did put it on. Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought, T-Water. Yeah. So overall, solid team. Just your equips could be a little bit better. So there you go. That's some of my critiques on what you could do better for your equips. Let me just double check what that equip does specifically. So if we go back and then I find the Vegeta beating up Kaba equip. So I don't remember that equip and what it does because I don't use it. So I just need to see it so I get an idea of what we're up against or what I'm dealing with here. It was probably up. Why don't I see it? Oh, there it is. Vegeta's Anger. So we got base strike attack, special move, base blast. Yeah, I have no problem with this. One thing I would definitely say for this is re-roll this so that way that last slot becomes gold or red because that matters the most. This matters the most. Not this. This is good it matters, but this matters more. So I would definitely work on that last slot. Also, the percentage range is much better than this range or this range. So actually, work on this. This has the best slot chances. So yeah. And we'll do this last one and then we're done. So I'll leave it alone after this. Okay, so like I said with a previous entry, this is good, this is good, this is good. If you're doing a blast focused team, you could run Gogeta. I'm not against it, but I also would definitely say that, Evo Vegeta for this team would be way better. And this ain't it. This is Gogeta. So God Gogeta. So like, you do what you can, but overall, there are some issues with the team fundamentally because of how it is. I don't see what the actual equips are, so I don't know what they are. That's the thing. This is a decent health buffer, and then him, it's so dependent. Like, he's very good for a strike-based team, so if you're running this, this, and this, that's totally good, and then this, this, and this if you're doing blast. But I usually wouldn't recommend him until he's like 6 stars, and even then, I would say 7 stars or 8 stars or 9 stars, ideally 9, and that would be good. But overall, solid for what it is. GG to everyone. Thank you, Jozel, for basically being the entire circus. Thank you guys for all showing up here. I appreciate it. My live has gone for a lot longer than I expected. I am done. So peace out, guys. Stay salty out there. And I'm glad that we all enjoyed the circus act that we had today. So thank you all. Take care.